Hello everybody, good evening to the Weekend Cup semi-final of our competitors that we have all grown accustomed to ever since we've launched the Scrim Night. Tonight we've got two best-of-5s, to also introduce you in the way that it's done in the True Man Show. Good morning, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to all those people watching from wildly different time zones, so you may all feel addressed now. Tonight we've got two best-of-5s. We've got, first of all, the Valentines is Insomnia, and in roughly 2 hours, or whenever this one ends, I've got Oni and Bomb later on, so those are the 4 teams that managed to get past the group stage and will now be facing off against each other in the knockout stage, and the final will also be played out tomorrow already. So stay tuned for several extremely exciting games where we've got no double elimination this time, so if you lose, you're out. That goes out to all of our 4 teams here. And today, I'm also forecasting for the first time with Mr. Toby.
Hello there, glad to be back. I'm so hyped for today's matchups. We have 2 exciting best-of-5s ahead of us, and we are starting strong with a killer pick we haven't seen from any of our teams so far, with the Doctor. Do you have any opinions of the Doctor right now? Is he strong? Is he weak? How are our teams going to perform on the Doctor today?
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to come out with a hard take. That's probably the best killer that we've ever had in the entire game. No, obviously not. Doctor, bit of a mixed bag of goodies, I'd say. We've got good games, bad games, etc. Doctor, personally, one of my favorites, as that's Doctor's also one of the most famous or most popular 1v1 killers. You might have seen him 1 or 2 times, or many times in various 1v1 tournaments, events, etc. And in that aspect, Doctor is a killer that is very interesting to watch in chases. And what he really depends on is getting a very quick tunnel out. That's usually the meta that you see with that killer, trying to get a survivor eliminated as quickly as possible right at the start of the game. Where you usually, I'd say the natural pace of the game would be you'd have your kill, if you're lucky, you'd have your first down, then maybe second stage, then already 3 gens have popped. And then you'd hope to get your kill before the last gen pops, so you can kind of try to hold a 3 gen with all your shocking abilities. With obviously the global and the chase shock in order to get people off gens, and maybe clutch out a 4k on 1, but realistically, you'd usually get about 6 to 8 stages of the Doctor. Still doesn't run out the fact that this killer can easily 4k. Therefore, we shouldn't be presupposed or prejudiced against any sort of weakness this killer might show you on average, because it's DBD. It's basically you grab into a bag that you don't know what's inside of, and you might pull out whatever results. So anything between a 0 stage, because I do believe we have seen a 1 stage game before, not in any near 10s, but I think in a previous tournament on DBDLeague we have seen at least one or 2 stage games, maybe even 0. But yeah, anything can happen. We've also seen 4Ks on 2 and 3 with Rocket playing Doctor for my team back in the day. So, so yeah. Maybe we will see some similar quality here. Yeah, we're talking a lot about Doctor now. We are already, we're getting closer and closer to loading in. What do you think about the killer?
I think Doctor sets tend to go pretty wild, as you already mentioned. It all comes down to execution, because you need to be able to body block for your teammates just in time before the Doctor can finish his tunnel out. And if you're not able to, your game might be pretty rough when you're losing your first survivor at 3 or 4 generators remaining. That's why Doctor sets tend to be a bit wild, and we have seen bad results, we've seen good results. It's one of these sets where it all comes down to execution. And one of the teams that is very good in executing are the Valentines. They haven't lost a single set so far in this Weekend Cup. And let's see whether they can keep this trend going. They had 1 unknown set where they struggled quite a bit, but they managed to win this as well. And I'm really hyped for the Valentines. They did show up in a community night last second on Wednesday. and they were playing insane. This was one of the funniest streams I've ever had. The pleasure to cast. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, that's something you've already informed me about, because I don't fully know the progress of the effort that these teams have respectively put into this weekend cup. So I firmly depend on your information on that. And yeah, you already pointed out on Wednesday, all of a sudden you showed up to their house and knocked on the door and sort of the fairly odd parents. But it's, I respect your what's the full line? That's difficult. I respect your right of privacy, but I will also take advantage of my parental authority, and then I'll come in anyway, and then he barges through the door. Yeah, that's basically what you did to wake him up for the game, and they did show up last second, saved the stream, saved the evening. So yeah, Valentines. I've also had the pleasure of watching, and I think not sure if I've casted them. I have certainly edited their VODs, so I kind of know what to expect with them. And Insomnia also a team that we've seen quite a bit with the scary purple eye logo. And yeah, Valentine's of the clown, which I thought at first was very different because we also don't have a single pink logo of any team. So good to have the variety and the color palette there. But yeah, pretty sure we are set to load in, so our producers can give the go to the teams. And yeah, with after Doctor, we've got Oni, Blight, Nurse, and Spirit. So we've kind of funny because we've got our first two killers are sort of the M1 types. Oni obviously has the ability, don't need to point that out. And but still his early game heavily depends on it. Now we've got Blight, Nurse, and Spirit. So back to back the top. Still have to argue about Hillbilly. Conservatively speaking, it's the top three, but Hillbilly has fairly well established himself among probably the top two killers now, but that's also personal bias because I just love the killer. And we have seen incredible results with him in the main season. In what I still vividly remember is from the current ongoing season 9 that we're still waiting on the final in 3 weeks, 3 or 4. That's the 21st of August. So just count in your head, everybody watching. Correct me if I'm wrong. And yeah, we have seen Xeno 4K on 4-3 against the Turtles, and therefore Hillbilly will always have a special place in my heart. Not just because of that, but also 2016 player myself. So I'm just glad to have him up there. Well-deserved spot.
I think we have some new information from our production. Some of our killers are moving to different maps because Behavior did a funny patch with the 2v8 mode on Thursday, I think. And some of the maps are bugged, meaning there are missing map corners and you can go out of bounds if you really want to. So we are moving some of the killers a little bit around. The Doctor will be played on Red Shop as usual. We will see Oni on Cold Tower 2 instead of Cold Tower 1. The Blight will be played on Suffocation Pit 2. The Nurse will also move to Cold Tower 2 instead of Cold Tower 1. And the Spirit will stay on Wrecker's Yard.
You know, when I read that SB abbreviation for Suffocation Pit, I thought the Blight will be played on Asparagus. I was very confused for a second, so I'm glad you knew right off the get-go. And yeah, exactly the patch that you've pointed out. That's one thing I've been preparing to make a video on my own channel with to make fun of, because I mean I usually upload like once a year, so it's my yearly duty to upload a 1-minute video. And yeah, you look at the patch notes and it says, yeah, we fixed a lot of things, and then there's known bugs, and did point out known bug. There's this known bug that tiles might not spawn, or replacement tiles, placeholder tiles may spawn in on Suffocation Pit 2, but that is by far not the only map affected. When I played, I think 2 days ago, I joined in on the New Ruins map, and I was immediately greeted by an open wall that I obviously immediately ran out from, and then I had like a half an hour to 40-minute game of friends and I just messing about and trying to find out-of-bounds secrets and trying to find collision outside of the map so you could actually walk around the entire thing. Turns out there's a lot of tiles that have no collision. Especially also the whole, if you know the exit gates on all Borgo maps, you know their castles, right? Or they have the skate and the towers. Yeah, none of that has collision. But for some reason the fire does under the bridge, so you can stand on it. So that was awesome.
I don't know what they're doing with the patch. Let's just hope we have some controlled gameplay today to ensure we have a competitive environment for our teams. And we are not facing too many bugs loading in our trials. This would be just awesome.
You know, I'm a bit opposed, or a bit sad about obviously the rules that we have to establish here with that teams obviously shouldn't take advantage of it, because that just adds to one, to randomness, and two, it's bug abuse. It's not what's intended with the actual gameplay. But still, it makes the map about twice as big, and I can imagine the chases would be extremely goofy outside, or out of bounds. Because that's one funny thing as well, tiles can sometimes spawn there. So you would have like standard tiles, but they look a bit different, and they have windows, but you can't vault them, and there's obviously no pallet spawns, and just like trees spawn in the actual structure. But they do have collision, so that's something you can sort of run. And that's not regarding map generation. That's also not even the only thing that we need to take into consideration, because on some maps, especially on Suffocation Pit 2, that will also be played with Blight, sometimes tiles that don't even exist in the game may generate just in the middle of the map. So what I saw also 2 days ago, I believe I played yesterday or 2 days ago, it doesn't matter. It's recent, it's on the current patch, that's all that matters. And sometimes you can have sort of a double hill spawn, but it also doesn't really have proper textures that load in, so it's very bland, and sometimes there can just be blue ground around surrounding it. So that looks quite funky, and we might see something like it, and that's also something that players will have to play around, because that sometimes just spawns in the middle of the map. Also, it doesn't even spawn where there are supposed to be tiles, it can just spawn on top of tiles or inside of tiles, and then you can just climb onto other tiles, which is quite funny. So yeah, we've got a lot of, you know, they might as well bring back the Luna, the event that we recently had with the bag of tricks. You know, just random events happening, and maybe we've got something like that today as well to spectate.
Imagine you are just walking through a tile and half of the tile is just missing or replaced by some random other tile that has nothing to do with the map itself. It's something that could absolutely happen. We are given it a go. We can load into the trial. Let's see how our first set, the Doctor, will play out. I'm pretty excited. I love M1 killers because teams are forced to execute quite well, and if they're not, they will be punished.
Yes, because mistakes are never punished when you play no, just kidding. But yeah, obviously, it's a very different playstyle when you have to go against M1 killers. And with Nurse and Blight, it's usually more about although the way that's usually played, but obviously sometimes people just prefer juking and try to buy time. Usually backfires anyway, but with the stronger killers, it's usually you try to avoid the first hit, obviously, by playing extremely safe, playing tiles, then you get injured, and then you just try to find a good spot to die in. It's not really a given with M1 killers, because still, once you're injured, you've still got half a chase left. If it's Nurse, Spirit, etc., once you're injured, you're way more vulnerable because of the sound itself. So it's and you might also just be caught off guard immediately and get 2-tapped by all of those killers. So it's just best to find a proper spot to go down in. And with killers like Doctor, it doesn't really matter. You can still, if you get hit once, you can still make cross map if you play it right. But yes, we are now finally into game number 1.
We are starting with a static blast to locate our survivors, and I think he found nearly all of them. I saw at least 3 survivors popping up. We do have Giraffa, Nico, Zuzu, and Samurai on the side of Insomnia, with Tutti Frutti playing the Doctor. No real chase starting yet. We are dropping a pellet around the main building to give us some more distance, but Tutti Frutti is on the chase right now, throwing out a shock towards Zuzu. Connecting. Yeah, we are playing Roxa, instantly breaking the pellet. We're already in madness tier 2. The other 3 survivors should be on generators right now. Let's see how long we can prolong this chase. Nice hit through the window onto Zuzu. Will we see a relatively quick down is the big question. He has some sort of distance to play with here, but can he be denied the pellet through a shock? Should be able to drop this. No, he's greeting it. We do see another survivor rotating in for the body block, as we already mentioned. Already body blocking before the first down even. Can we play around this body block? Oh, they are making it look easy right now. Shag pellet dropped, and we will get a much longer chase than 2D might have anticipated.
Yeah. You know, and that's exactly why I love Doctor as well. It's because he might be an amazing killer, but he plays so differently against him. That no other killer would you ever use that to rock against, but against Doctor it is actually a decent decision to make, since that just allowed them for the body block. Also allows you to retime based on, or retime your movement pattern based on the shock events, or based on the shocks that the Doctor chooses to place. And we've got that pain resonance also right away on our first survivor. I almost called him Shaka Zulu as well as resonance, this came to mind immediately. It might be a warrior at heart, we're gonna find out, but that's also already that profession is already taken upon himself by Samurai on the team, so that's the warrior name really there. Then Garaffa also, I'm looking forward to seeing much more of him today, because Garaffa is also the person that I believe always played killer for Valentines, for Insomnia. And that's also the, yeah, when I watched the Scrim Nights, or when I casted the Scrim Nights, he was always the MVP for Insomnia. So I'm hoping to see great performances by him as well. They do have a very tough opponent with Valentines this time, and not the standard stomps that we've seen numerous times in our actual Scrim Nights. So this is going to be much more difficult for all these teams that have almost grown accustomed to getting these easy victories with these 5-0s. But this time, yeah, it is still best of 5, but obviously it's nothing like the actual Scrim Nights this time. It's going to be whoever wins first, who sets first, is going to be granted the victory anyway. Also, it's absolutely incredible that Garaffa just managed to get that unlock there. Because against the Doctor, with discipline, after the buff is absolutely insane. It's basically impossible to get the save once you're there and the Doctor shocks you out of the... Wow. Shocks you out of the unlock for the first try. Because if the Doctor manages to keep hitting his shots, he will never get a frame, never get a window of opportunity for the unlock. So it's like, oh, Garaffa still managed to make it around, drops the pallet, gets the scrum also. Duty struggling to connect this down to second one. We get Samuel, one block hero, to come in once more and take another clobber for his teammate. But that's a rapid brutality is going to kick in here as well, giving Tutti Frutti the equivalent to Bloodlust 1 for a few seconds now has run out, but that closed distance has barely been enough to allow him to get the down here. And that's going to be the second stage of the game. We've still got 4 generators to go. 3 generators to go, and 1 more payload to give now, but now with that generator having just been popped, might make a different choice here. Not to not go for it, and they might just pop this as well right before he gets it. They will. That's gonna be a complete... Wait, did you wiggle off? You wiggled off?
It looks like, yeah, he wiggled off in the distance. Garaffa has not been on hook right now. This unhook really paid off for Insomnia. So they managed to unhook Zuzu last second, and Garaffa is giving Tutti a run for his life right now. He has still not been hooked. Yeah, he's met this tier 3 right now, but we have 3 completed generators, and there should be more progress. On the other side of the map, we are also working with body blocks again around the shack. Pellet has been dropped earlier, but we have still only 1 hook stage for 2D at this moment right now.
And as we're speaking of it, we've just got the penultimate generator finally popping, and it seems like Tutti Frutti will be forced to link chase here and has to up to defend his generators, trying to get that reset interrupted, since that usually allows killers to turn the tide if you've got all that progress, all that investment, the investment by the survivor side into the heals. If you have that interrupted, that's a lot of seconds wasted. I think it was faked out as static blast there, it sounded like it was at least, so they did end up abandoning the heal, so now you will be able to get back onto Garaffa one more time. Only has the 4 wall available. Gonna be able to make it around the low side. Should be able to make the win rate here because that drop was timed for the pallet there. Could have made it, but we see them playing extremely safe. Of course, Samurai coming in, takes the endurance status effect here. That's gonna allow Garaffa to go on for a longer run. Should be able to reach the pallet here, but we're just gonna sink through it immediately. DBDL anticipating that Garaffa was gonna camp that pallet for a split second. That would have allowed him to drop it, but he wanted to cut it short. Garaffa intervened, and the intervened he did. That's going to be the second down into Garaffa. Third state of the game. Not going to be a second pain risk. No, actually no, because it is off right. So that's going to be the second state of the game. Second pain risk of the game also. And that means this last generator will be interrupted before it does end up popping. That Ruin most likely going to do quite a number on it now. He's forcing off the generator visibility and his sheer menacing presence around our 2 survivors, Zuzu and Nako, trying to get that last generator up and running. We've got most likely Samurai and Garaffa on the hook here, either resetting or doubling. No, they are resetting. In fact, Garaffa will have to snap out of it before being able to resume any action. It might just start doubling a second generator. That's now with Doctor still being that M1 killer that has absolutely no mobility. He's kind of screwed if you're at this point of the game with all 4 survivors still standing, not many stages granted, and a full bench split. Now you're just gonna see 2 survivors on each generator that are right across from one another, and then it's just if the Doctor does end up committing to a place, then they can just take hits for each other. You do see Zuzu go down now, but you might have a ton of progress by Garaffa and Samurai on that generator for snap.
Absolutely. The only thing that's playing in the cards of 2D right now is that this Hex Ruin is still up and that he has still 2 more pain res hooks to hand out, but that's everything he has going for him right now. We see very gen efficient survivors and the last generator will be gone right now. So we have 5 generators completed, only 3 hook stages. Yeah, Zuzu's deaf on hook, but this could easily be a 4-out if the survivors Insomnia played right.
Yep. No, it either. So, as you said, this is looking like it could easily be a 4-out. We are currently looking at 4 stages of the does end up dying on hook. So it's either going to be a 4 for the killer or 4 for the survivors. And 4 stages still. If Zuzu ends up dying here, I don't think that's going to suffice in the overall set here. And so, Garaffa, very unfortunate also into that bird tree there. Yeah, I don't think Garaffa is going to... If Garaffa does end up playing, I don't think he's gonna end up getting less or fewer than 4 stages in the long run. Samurai is in chase currently. I believe that survivor is also fresh up. Oh, he gets the meat.
Oh, that's so unlucky.
The death of Samurai does end up biting the dust. Still nowhere though, so they could if they put all their passion into it, they could easily get the Zonuk, as they're now also resetting here.
They should go for the unhook, I believe. Otherwise, they had such a strong early game and even mid game. And if they give up Samurai on this hook now, they are like handing out 3 hook stages. They should go for this unhook to minimize the damage. Otherwise, they are going out with, I believe, 6 hook stages instead of 4.
Yep.
So 6 hook stages is acceptable for a Doctor set, but 4 hook stages would be way better. And it looks like they will go for the rescue. They have reset everyone on the team, and now they split up to attack the hook from different sides. Can Tutti Frutti block them long enough? Oh, we saw a miss.
Yeah, wait, he actually hit him on hook as well. Well, that's GG, unless he manages to get Samurai down here. Like so that stops me. 3 members of Entourage trying to help our man out. He's gonna run behind the Healy as well. He just got body. Just got body blocked by the Doctor. It's gonna be really tough now. They do have 1 more hit to give, however. If you and Garaffa does not manage to get the body block. He can sneak right past him. Did he get blinded there? No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, he's barely gonna be able to get this unlucky. Where's the firecracker safe now? They're just wasting it, trying to blind him. And it looks like Zuzu will bite that off on Lukia. It is going to be a 5-stage game instead of the possible 6 stages Samurai had died. 5 stages right in the middle of that 4 to 6, so they ended up deciding on a compromise on the amount of stages that we anticipated there. So, yeah, 5 stages, very tough results here, depending on how much our killer of team Insomnia will be able to put on the table.
I'm really impressed by the survivors of Insomnia. They managed to get the unhook onto Zuzu right in the correct moment before the doctor could deny it, and this unhook bought them so much time and was a really crucial factor why they were so good at the gen efficiency and turned the game in such an easy playable state for them.
Yeah, the pace was quite respectable on our survivor side. The gens flew past like as if there were nothing. And then the end game was also over so quickly thanks to their fast response to resetting. They're basically, what's it called? First-time responders? No, first-hand responders. Whatever you have those people, whenever you cure the lifeline, then, not the lifeline, the emergency number, and then first something responder. I forgot the word in the middle. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about, everybody watching.
You're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, you get it as well. So, perfect. That's going to conclude game number 1 in set number 1 with Doctor. You've just seen Insomnia on Survivor, Valentines on Killer, and we're gonna see if Insomnia's Killer, most likely Garafa, is gonna be able to get past the WinCon 5 stages, and after a quick break, we will be here with all the possible answers you might be looking for. So, everybody, stay tuned.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Red Shop for our second trial of the day. We do see Girafa on the Doctor, starting with a static blast to locate our survivor. We have Torselman, Cop J, Scroller and Tutti Frutti on the survivor side for the Valentines, and we are relatively quickly into our first chase, handing out the tag at the window vault to Scroller, who's making his way behind the main building. Will he drop the pallet instantly that was dropped in the last try is the question. He might be denied. Oh, there's the body block coming in relatively quickly. We might hand out the tag to Cop J here and continue the chase onto Scroller around the main building. 2 survivors should be working on Gentle right now. The question is, how long will this chase onto Scroller take? Will there be another body block in time? Or is this just a relatively quick down onto Scroller? He doesn't make the pallet. It is the first down of the game. There's the immediate pickup. Is there potential for a pallet save? No. Scroller will go on the hook relatively soon. And normally you would see the Doctor trying to camp out the first hook stage and trying to secure the second one, as our last Doctor did. But this got denied in the very last second. Let's see how the survivors of Valentines are dealing with this sort of pressure.
And as I anticipated at last game as well, it is going to be Garafa back on Killer representing Team Insomnia, who already in the stream night has pulled off incredible performances, very consistent on Killer and Survivor. We saw him we usually see him play Ace as well. I believe we seen him play Nia too. And the previous game was Ace, if I recall correctly. And yeah, he's already been able to get it down very early on into the game, despite a body block attempt, or successful body block by Cobbs here. Also this time no rune, and we instead going to see save the best for last. So Rafa is completely invested in getting these quick chases of using pokes that allow him to tunnel out faster. And Survivor side of Team Valentines also playing it exactly right. They're sending the person, that's the obsession, into chase, into taking hits here. We see a very shaky holding of the corner, but I believe Garafa saw the red light last second around that corner. No, it doesn't seem like it. Scroller will be able to gain tons of distance here. It's going to be very important for the overall progression of the game. Samuel still gets the pallet drop here, despite that discipline insta-hit of the shot quality there. And Garafa's still going to be able to allow him to avoid giving him this hold. He might be able to make it to the pallet, but doesn't. And that's going to be one more shot, and the face of Scroller should be if you do not see it. An attempted body block, we see a headbutt coming by Scroller, and Garafa trying to get up. He's going to use the static blast to click out any survivors, but we do say Tutti Frutti this time in chase, not the obsession, so that would just grant Garafa another save the rest for last stack if the survivor does end up get hit. I think it's all in this pallet save now. If they manage to get it, that would be the win for the survivor side, and vice versa. Killer does manage to get the second stage onto Scroller. No, not second pain rest here, sadly. They will be able to last second pop this generator on main building. It's going to be to toe for Kobsh for now. So after one more, he will be incapacitated from doing anything at all. Scroller on the hook here too is the only person that's given 2 status. And we need to take into consideration Garoffa only needs to get 6 status overall for the win condition. So all he needs 1 kill and then he just face cam someone to death in end game. Just stand back a couple meters and shock spam it so no one can unhook. It's obviously going to be very difficult with 2 sliders because they can still try to avoid it. We see Kobj phasing ahead here thanks to some sort of delay or ping issue, I guess. And or maybe just maybe just a spectator phenomenon. Skrona will be the one in chase once more if this is not an obsession, not speaking in game terms. But still Kobj is going to take another hit, not allowing Garoffa to get any savers the last X throughout this entire trial. With a rapid brutality to help out tremendously here. Going to force him to drop the pallet. And now it's all up to Skrona. He must survive for at least another generator to survive this. Let's see Valentines' standard chance of winning the set.
They're so clean with the body blocks. They're sending Kobj there the whole time. I think it's Medal of Man. They're sending him there for the whole trial just to bodyguard Scroller. Yeah, there it is. They said just to bodyguard Scroller for the entirety of the trial, so the Doctor does not get his tunnel out, and the generator progress is pretty significant, I think. Yeah, we see the 4th generator pop in the distance, and we should have relatively high progress on the 5th generator near the shack.
Oh,
yeah, 5 generators done. We have 3 hook stages on the board right now, and if our survivors played correctly, they go for a small reset and get Kobj off the hook and go for the 4-man escape.
I'm pretty sure if he ends up dying here, I'm pretty sure the Valentines would win based off individual hook status, right? Both teams popped 5 gens, both teams got 5 status on killer side, but here we only see 2 individuals and after mid 3. So I'm pretty sure Valentines will take that first set in that regard. But they do manage to get the unhook here, so they might have even destroy out to make it even more clear who's gonna win this. That is extremely unexpected based on that extremely early down that we saw by Garoffa. But the hit tanking here, it's very lucky that Kobj was the person that took all these hits, not allowing our killer to get any signals the last next throughout this trial. Garoffa is gonna PM with his shock therapy, and is gonna spam flick it. Soul Man is gonna take a volley as well, but it seems like all of our fleets, at least themselves, will be exiting out the game. Scroller is going to be the person that's going to end up dying on hook, and I believe that's only 4 stages in total. But even on stages, yeah, it is going to be 4 stages. That is incredible. That is very, very well played by Valentines. Even after such difficult win conditions, they still managed to underperform in the stage regard, and that was 4 stages on their side, 5 stages on Valentine's killer. So after all, it is going to be a win for Team Valentines against all odds.
Absolutely, the bodyguard strategy really paid off for them. They just put Kobj next to Scroller for the entirety of the trial, playing his bodyguard, blocking everything he could, delaying the tunnel out further and further, so they could get out with only 4 hook stages given to the killer. They really played it smart and made the best out of their win condition, and this is a well-deserved lead. 1-0 to Valentines.
Exactly, that's already going to conclude set number 1. Doctor is over. Only took us half an hour on stream. So we're still going to progress on to further killers. You've got Oni, Blight, Nurse, and Spirit up next. Or at least, we're at least going to see Oni Blight if it does end up being a 3-0 sweep. Just very unlikely based on the fact that we just saw a mere 1 stage difference between both of these teams. But anything can happen. After a short break, we'll be back with all of you with the Oni on the updated map, which is CT2. So, see you then. Hello everybody, welcome back to in total now trial number 3 on set number 2. On the first game of set number 2 of the Oni on now Core Tower number 2, not number 1, based on funny bugs in the most recent update. and ridiculously early down. It's Cybereye, he's the Antichrist who slice and dice, as in Coup de Grâce by Eminem, the new album. Go listen, it's awesome. Not played, obviously not. But yeah, Cybereye with a ridiculously early down right into that head-on, but that head-on is not gonna do much at all because he's already got all the blood he requires. Thanks to the splintered hole add-on that he's got in the bottom left plus the Kito's crop. It's gonna make him so much stronger. And there he almost just embarrassed Curse Man on this Palagem if that had actually connected. And I believe we're about 30 seconds into the game and he's already got his ability up. That is an incredible speed. And I'm also very keen to say what our Oni player Cybereye will be able to pull off on Cold Tower 2. Because this is a map that we have not seen until
I don't think as well. This was like the fastest hit of an Oni in DBDL I've seen in a long time. Oh, nice locker loop here. Can Scroller keep it up? No, we can't sadly. We have Torselman injured on the other side of the map. All three survivors are working on generators right now. We do see our... Oh no, they are not working. They're resetting in the distance. We do see our first hook onto Scroller right now. Power gone for the moment. The generator in the main building is pretty high progress so far. Let's see whether CyberAI will camp this hook on the hill or if he wants to go for a little bit more action. We do spot a survivor in the distance. This gen will pop any second unless CyberAI decides to pay a visit over there. But so far nobody is lurking for an unhook onto Scroller, I think.
Also, now that we're on Cold Tower 2, I'm gonna have to rethink, since I won't be able to apply my the standard knowledge that you can on to Cold Tower 1 with main being that classic 3 gen. And since we're now on Cold Tower 2, so it's learning by doing. Everybody knows the drill. Seems like CyberAI did have sort of a 4 on main building, but obviously that's now been removed by Corbs, who's immediately back on a generator near the center, or closer to the center of the map than main building originally was. 223 working on the generator in the dead corner on the hill. He's got the 3-man gen speed also, and it does if our killer decides not to leave that hook under any circumstance, then that could be 3 generators pop if our survivors also react accordingly. But it seems like CyberAI will venture out a bit further, tries to get his blood up to hopefully have an ability cocked and ready before he even needs to get another hit here. So maybe he's just gonna wait for his ability to regenerate by default and then absorb that last blood sample that he's got on the hook to maximize his power gauge or his bar to get that ability up and running. We see 2 generators flop in the meantime. Kodge decided not to commit to his generator and instead hope to push further into that unhook situation. It does feel like we've got Torso Man trying to go for this unhook here. It's going to be really tough on the hill. Push the body block. He manages to break through and he gets it the last second. So we have 1.5 seconds left on that hook bar. Scroller Samuel makes it out unscathed for now. Torso can for his teammates. Ace on the run. Doesn't have his basic endurance any longer. And now Scroller needs to be able to avoid this ability. Barely manages to do so by garishing behind the tree. Somehow not going to be able to connect here, but based on previous chase experience that Crawler should have made with the killer, he doesn't know that this guy is in fact going to the corner. Not if you can't go on the corner like that, however. Scroller is immediately going to face plant after attempting to headbutt any player here. And that is going to be the kill onto Scroller. It's 2 generators remaining with, so far, only 1 other generator about, or that has made it past the 50% mark. And all the other ones should not have any progression whatsoever. But it seems like CyberAI was able to turn this around quite well. And just despite that 3 split on the 2 split on the generator, he has the kill now. And also there's a little bit of the nice Mechamon bugs that are currently happening because he was floating just then. There's some sort of invisible elevation right in the middle of the map. Shouldn't interfere with chases. Hopefully not, at least. Maybe that just all of a sudden deactivates like auto. Yeah, you see him here.
Oh god.
He's on a bumper.
It's like going to a jumping castle and just like jumping around the ground. Let's see. A bouncy castle, yeah, you're absolutely right. The gen spread for the servers does not look too bad. They have some generators at the corners of the map, 1 in the middle and 1 closer to the main building, I think. But they're doing a pretty good job of stalling Cyber AI right now. He decides not to chase a check and is rather trying to protect his generator at the middle. Is he going to get that? No. We are using the main building as a distraction. Copj in chase at top of the main building. Will he get his down relatively soon is the question. We do have all resources up here because we did not chase anyone here so far. The entire trial. Oh, he greets the pallet and is punished for it. And Cyber AI is returning to the generator. He's walking against all the elevation. Oh no!
It actually
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh nah, man. Yes, invisible walls. That's also something that a lot of people have been reporting on ever since the patch dropped. It's what a friend of mine immediately detected in the tutorial mode as well, because apparently once you make it on that, you know how you have like custom maps and that. Once you make it to the first encounter you get with a jungle gym, there's basically no entrance into it. There's invisible walls all around it, and we've just got that in the middle of the map with that bit of elevation plus the invisible wall that might just really devastate our Oni player whenever he tries to go for ability. And not to mention, we've got 6 games in total on Macmillan maps, so we've got 5 chances left to find tiles that don't even exist. On average, so I'm still hoping that we're gonna see it. Obviously, it wouldn't be as funny for the teams here, based on the fact that they're playing for serious consequences, depending on whether they win or lose, and that here might just change the pace of the trial entirely. But it would be absolutely funny to say the least, and everybody has to agree on that. Like, come on, it's funny.
Just imagine someone is loading into the trial, spawning into a jungle gym, and they just can't get out because of the invisible walls.
Oh, that would also be amazing. Just immediately trapped.
This is something that could actually happen today. We will keep an eye on that. In the meantime, Cyber AI is chasing Torselman around this tile over here. Next to the main building, we do have only one generator remaining for the survivor side of the Valentines. The chase slowed down quite a bit. We do not hear any music. Did Torselman just leave for good? Oh no, we find him. He's right next to it. There was a second survivor, if I am not completely mistaken. Judy should be working on a generator right now, but the question is, how far progress is the generator right now? We do go into our demon dash and go for a little patrolling walk around the Macmillan estate and try to defend our generators. We do hear grunts of pain from Cop J around this tile. Can he play around it? Oh, the flick into the rock. We are using the window right behind this tile for some more distance, and Cop J is trying to make the most out of the tiles he has been given right there. But this should be a down right here.
Yeah, that eruption is finally going to play off. That might have just saved him the game, finally getting that eruption. Curbs will be the next one to be unhooked. That's already the 5th stage of the game. And if Curbs is the one that ends up biting the dust once more, that would also be the 2nd elimination. And yeah, every time he dashes around the map, I just pray that he doesn't hit another invisible wall, because that would be detrimental. Obviously, also just ruin his opportunity of getting a down with his ability if it even goes that far. And yeah, we've got barren progress on the generators, despite the fact that our survivors have been working towards a decent gen split. I just love watching them going up and down as well. It's sort of like a roller coaster ride whenever you're on a fair, and it just goes bump, bump, bump. And the outside where I is still trying to find where our survivors, or what generator our survivors have been prioritizing throughout this trial. And it seems like they are starting anew with that deja vu help and the extra 6% on the generator of that speed. And it's usually, I don't want to call it procedure because it just looks nice to have a yellow bar. It always does. It just makes it feel better now. Makes it feel more worthwhile to the Fuji manages to get the ball lined here, as the only breaks the pallet with his ability, gonna hold once more. Does have Bamboozle available, so it's gonna help him tremendously. You know, you see Bamboozle being used to get that first hit early on, but Cyber was able to completely overwhelm our survivors at the start of the trial, getting that extremely early hit plus the splinter pool, which just granted him that ability basically within the first 30 seconds of the trial. But now we see him use Bamboozle with his ability up. Also really nice early leave here by Torselman, getting that Anuk immediately splitting knowing fully well they wouldn't have been able to pop this generator in time, and Cybereye could have interrupted here. And he does. Did he even kick the generator? No, the eruption isn't up, so I don't think he kicked that generator. Might be a severe blunder here, yeah, because now the generator's not gonna blow up, and he's not gonna get any pressure on it. So if Cobbs immediately went back to it, he might actually pop it in time. I don't think so. We've got Tutti Frutti once again, set up, ready for the save here. Yeah, Cobbs as well, almost gets flicked around here. Will he be able to make it to the TL? Yeah, he does. Killer's just gonna immediately leave. He's really paranoid that our survivors might be back on this ground. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't get the double down. He just puts the Torso Man back on the ground. And yeah, it's his teammates are forcing him to get on hook here. I was expecting him to sort of go back to the generator and check on that, and then or first get the down at least, because that could have been the kill onto Cobb. And there would have been a 2-man elimination with 1 generator remaining, which would have put the nail in the coffin and definitely granted him the 4K on the 1 generator remaining, but decided otherwise.
This is such a back and forth right here, but Cyber Air has so much blood to work with. He has like power almost up every time. He is going for a chase. All survivors are back on their feet now. We do have quite some hook stages already. Only 1 survivor eliminated for now, but Cobra is there on hook, 2D and Torsoman 1 hook stage each. We do chase far away from the high voltage generator. If Cyber Air is sticking here for too long, 2D and Torsoman might be able to finish the generator.
Yeah, it's all on the TL wall. He doesn't have that bamboozle, so he's going to annihilate that window. But how necessary is it really to bamboozle windows as an Oni if you have the ability of... Oh, no, it's the scariest part of them all. It's the Z-wall. Going forward. He's gonna keep double backing. No, he didn't this time. I lied. I'm sorry. Oh, he does manage to get the down here. But that ability shouldn't be enough to get out of the map as much as he probably wants to. Yeah, if they're immediately on that gate, that should be an easy 2-out here for survivors despite that kill on 2 generators remaining. He's cross-map here, so if he doesn't have an immediate pool of blood anywhere nearby, he won't be able to get his ability back up in time, and there should be a 2-out. Both have been hooked, so our killer Cyber was able.
Oh, this is close. No, they don't make it. They don't make it. Oh no!
Yes, he gets the late head on! That's also something you need to keep in mind, and never just wait for the full animation to end, because what we just saw of Tutti Frutti, he was still on that last split second of the animation, and it was still enough to stun him. So he's probably just gonna drag out Oni cross map. That's most likely gonna be a 10-stage game in the end then, because Tutti Frutti has absolutely nothing to play there, as all resources have already been used. No, he did actually have the pellets here! So he might have actually made that in time, but decides to jump into the rocket and keep another hit. So maybe he was mispressed as well. Might have happened, probably the first, what I pointed out. So probably the former. So he was probably trying to do this. Juke out there, force the time. Force teammate, even though he was already 100% certainly out of the gate here. And we do, in the end, get a 10-stage game with 3K. Thanks to that very early elimination.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The survivors really put some effort in. They had a relatively early elimination on Stroller, but they managed to pump out all of the generators and even managed to get Torso Man out in the end. I think it is a pretty good result for the survivor team of the Valentines, and we will see whether the survivors of Insomnia are able to match it.
After a short break.
Hello everyone and welcome back to our 4th trial of the day. Sorry for the slight delay, we had to take care of some game crashes on our end. It was absolutely Math's fault, you all know that. Now we are back onto not Suffocation, but Cold Tower 2. This is the map we are playing on, I'm already getting confused. We do see the second only trial of the day. We see Giraffa, Nico, Zuzu, and Samurai. Samurai also being in chase, but getting away with balanced landing. It is not the...
Oh no, he got stuck. I'm pretty sure he just got stuck.
Okay. But he got... it might happen a lot more today. Hopefully, we will not see that much bugginess coming in the next few minutes. Cop Chase on... again in chase with Samurai. Will he get his first hit relatively soon in the trial? Our last killer got his hit like 30
Oh.
seconds in. This was a really, really nice hit on the samurai. Now we are farming some blood points over here. The other three servers should be working on generators right now. Let's see how far they can progress the generators before our first down.
You know, at least we know exactly where that invisible wall is right from the get-go, so that's a positive, I guess. So our killer and survivors will be able to avoid it throughout the trial if hopefully no one will take advantage of it, and if you do, you're banned, buddy. We've already got that first gen pop with that ability now ready, so a very different pacing as what we saw last game. So in the last game, Valentines came in 10 favors to take 30 seconds into the game. And we finally get that first down to Grapple. First time playing Adam as well. New character unlocked. Yeah, I like how they keep switching between the characters as well. They don't have anything established because usually, well, from my own experience, you've always got that one or two teammates of yours that always say, I want to play Ace, he's my main, I've always played them. But it's good to see that these survivors are, or these players are able to share. They did visit kindergarten after all, unlike some of my teammates. So yeah, we've got that first hook onto Garoffa. We've got one generator pops, and it seems like we've got at least 50% of a generator split across several generators, if you follow me. So, yeah, we find Samurai sort of stranded in the open. You believe to make this hit he does. Yeah, based on that first hit we got on the pallets right on the left here, Kirby should have easily made that, or there should be no doubt in my mind that Samurai would go down there. Does go for the slug also. This is gonna be more and more. That's not the wall, buddy. What did he just hit? He just hit the side of it, I think. Yeah, he's trying to go for the 180 around the tank trails, but Graph had way too much distance here, but maybe now he's able to get it. He does end up getting it.
Nice.
It's gonna be a double down, 4 gens left. And so far it's looking like Insomnia might take the second set here.
Absolutely. Kopje is applying a lot of pressure here. But Kopje is the killer of the Valentines, so Insomnia are quite struggling at the survivor side at the moment if they cannot keep up the generator progress. Kopje having a really stellar early game so far. Next hook coming in, still Samurai slugged at the other side of the map. This is the second hook stage onto Giraffa, and he's facing elimination already. This main generator is not popped. Oh, there we see some elevation again. Oh, the survivors can pass through, but the killers cannot. This is really unfortunate. We do see a drop pelly. Oh my god, he also cannot go this way. Oh, this is unbearable. I'm feeling so bad for Kopje right now.
Oh, we're just gonna call it fat shames.
Yeah.
After
Oni's just too massive in size to pass through a 4-layer, I guess.
Why does my man get stuck on the air, man? You can walk through that, didn't you know? That's extremely unfortunate. He basically robbed off the hit there. And Kopje gonna try to commit further to Garaffa since this is also the slower that has previously been. The Garaffa's impeccable ping's not gonna help him out this time around. And does have an eruption for. I was about to say, is the eruption for banned, but I'm pretty sure that's only on tier 1 killers, at least I hope so. Shouldn't. I hope that doesn't translate down, so. Yeah. Otherwise, he's getting banned as well. We've already got a kill at 4 generators remaining, so Kirby, the killer of Team Valentines, is doing impeccably well here. We did have the 10 stages in the previous game, which at first looked like a really good result, but looking at this now, kill and 4 gens as Oni. It's almost unheard of.
And you have to remember, Kopje basically got robbed the hit there when he tried to chase one survivor into the tile and got stuck between 2 walls and some air next to him. His early game is looking really, really good so far. If he can keep up the momentum, this is looking really, really good for the side of Valentines. He finds another survivor hiding behind the generator, pops his power, and there's nothing he might be able to play around. Yeah, Firecracker does not help him in this case. But we do not pick up directly, we go for some more pressure and try to go for more than one survivor right now. The blind was not quite successful, but we got the so well mind game by Kopje. So If he can keep up the pressure, maybe he is fighting Samurai on this hill gen, and we are facing a potential 4k4 right here.
Now that's something I've never seen before on Oni. On Billy, yeah, I have, but Oni. Come on, man, that's you. Actually, no, I think. Oh, hit points. I think it was Boa I picked back on the old sequence. Because I'm pretty sure that's also what one of them managed to pull off. And now this is the seed that was gonna be the down immediately after. For some reason, Samurai tried to take the hit there and did not progress further to ping up Nico. It's most likely gonna be game over here. Yeah, I don't see any scenario where he makes it out of this alive unless Copy somehow misses 50 times and then Samurai and he loses Blood Loss and Samurai makes it over to his teammates without taking it. Because once he gets that hit, that Splinter Tool is just gonna allow him to get that ability right back up, and then all of our survivors are essentially gonna be sitting ducks right in the open. Oh, he gets stuck on the zone. All of them are gonna be sitting ducks out in the open, meaning that Curbs would be able to just
Bloodlust
connect one
3
ability after the other.
Oh no!
3, not even that round is gonna connect.
Does he make it? Oh, we're still chasing Samurai around the main building. There is the Bloodlust.
Okay.
This was the longest lunge I've seen in a while.
Bloody hell, that did not hit, man.
This game might be over any second. Nico and Zuzu still on the ground. Nothing can help them but Samurai, but he's in chase, and there is the last hit. And we do see a 4K
on 4,
4.
man. Nah, bro. No, I thought it was going to be much closer after the Doctor set now with the only 10 stages. That's a solid result on that killer. Usually you expect it to get at least one person out of the game, but now with 4K on 4? What?
And also given
the
given the circumstances, he got stuck so many times.
Yeah.
This is
And by
crazy.
far, it took much longer to get that first hit as well.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
that's an easy 2-0 for Valentines.
Absolutely. Valentines are 2-0 in the lead. We are waiting for CopJ to find Zuzu on the ground to progress us further into the next trial. But this game was really surreal. Plagued by bugs and invisible walls all over the place, some elevation here and there, people getting stuck in some fresh air next to them. This game had basically everything. I don't even remember if I ever saw a 4K4 on Oni at DBDL.
I have seen with Billy, but not with Oni. I've never even seen a 4K on 4 with Oni in any team, or any tournament. So, that was absolutely incredible, actually.
Oh, I'm so glad you could pick him up there. I was scared for a second he could not be picked up because of the elevator. Oh yeah, this is the area where you cannot go past. Oh my god. Like every 5 meters there's some kind of elevation on the ground.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that hill to spawn in though, because that's the real highlight of maps being absolutely demolished. It's still obviously the out of bounds booth. I mean, that's just the best thing ever. That's like 2020 DVD all over again when you had, and prior to that when you had those incredible bugs. You know, even with that, maybe someone recognizes the reference I'm about to make. With 72 hours when he played on on like 500 ping lobby or something, and he kept glitching through the ground, and then he was just able to glitch out of the map and then just walk through the actual jet and escape 5 minutes still up. And that's kind of something that you can do sometimes on it's sadly you can't exactly execute it, but sometimes you can still bug under the map and then go out of bounds and then into the exit gate. But for some reason they changed it. Unfortunately they did. That now the exit gate trigger only activates, or the escape, the area where the escape actually triggers only activates once all generators are actually open and endgame collapse has started, meaning a gate has been opened. Maybe it works if the killer kicks hatch and then you just go out. That's something you could test, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna do that later. Thank you, Mathis. Good idea. But yeah, I'm gonna try that later. We have concluded set number 2. That is gonna be a 2-0 for Team Valentines after Dr. Oni. Next up, we've got the Blight on another very blue map, and maybe we get another OP balanced landing hill. So yeah, after a quick break, quick intermission, we'll be right back with another killer that was rushing across the map, similar to what we've just seen in this game. So, stay tuned, everybody. And we are back once more with set number 3 between Team Valentines and Team Insomnia. Now with the Blight pick, apparently the first time also that Valentines have picked Blight. As of to be clear, this is now the third game, the second pick by Team Valentines, and is also currently not looking too good with Insomnia. Notice with the early down onto Garoffa, but also Valentines are currently 2-0 up. You see a flashlight save though, immediately backfired. But still, a flashlight save. My guy was hiding in the corner. That means that's 2 survivors that have not been on generators at all so far. And it seems like Con is playing extremely aggressively here. Gets the down onto Garoffa immediately as well. Fifth rush and the second down. But only going to be the first hook now. Does have really powerful perks as well. Rune Undying, that Undying has already helped defending that Rune Totem. So it's still going to be Rune up for now at least. That early hook onto Garoffa might just immediately put so much pressure onto our Team Insomnia and help out Valentines in the long run during the set.
I love how casually Samurai walked in for the flashlight save. He was just so chill, pulling out his flashlight and going for the blind. But the down was so incredibly fast. We were like 5 seconds into the trial with the first hit onto Giraffa. Now Giraffa's on his first hook. Not anymore. Samurai is injured as well, and Cobj is really putting on pressure right here. He is going for the tunnel out, it looks like, but can he finish it successfully? We're chasing around the same time we did earlier, and yeah, second down onto Giraffa. This is looking so strong by Cobj. I wonder how far the generators are focused, because Samurai did not have much time. We do see the decisive state, I think. So we go for another round in the shack. Oh no. Did he get stuck in the shack? Please.
No, it wasn't in this one. He just
Okay.
On the table, don't worry.
Oh, I'm so scared right now. Here we go for a nice little tour around the fun bus to make sure Giraffa goes down relatively quickly. Yeah. There is the second down, and we might see the second hook stage leading up to a potential elimination in the upcoming minutes.
Yeah, you were waiting for the second hook stage here. I was waiting for that second flashlight save by Samurai. Juke it up. We do have that Rune Cleanse, so that's going to allow a Blight player to have that eruption ready for the remainder of the trial. Might overall be a better gen pressure. Suzu manages to get the punch dropper on the right side. He's going to zone out Kyobj to the outskirts of the map here. Going to be able to avoid that hit as Garoffa is currently writing on the hook, just like my steak that's currently in the fridge waiting to be fried after we're done with tonight's games. And Zuzu is nearby as well. We have it might be in the different decision making here. Are survivors even interested in getting this unlock, because we don't have Kyobj relatively close nearby, and yeah, he's gonna fatigue right through. You might not realize, no, he does pick him off, take him off last second, so it's gonna be a trade for Luxwood to go down for Garoffa, and Garoffa this time around does not have that decisive strike. Again, obviously, be a bit too strong on that then. So all it takes now is one down, and Garoffa would be eliminated from the trial if we do not have a Samurai nearby. Garoffa immediately goes to the vault, and that's just gonna put him right into clear line of sight of Kyobj. And that's gonna be the elimination on 3 generators remaining. Meanwhile, our survivors are forced to pick up the down drop from the trade. And if Kyobj manages to find the one single person on the generator, that was a risky drop. That worked out actually. I'm pretty sure Kyobj got confused there because Samurai dropped in the wrong direction. Kyobj just committed to this to that one side of current left of Samurai. Would have immediately been down, just waiting for him to come back here. What's he gonna? Is he actually trying to contest this? Oh, he will make it as well. So down with Samurai in the first eruption of the game. You have 2 survivors. Switched on generators, and it's oh no, we're doing the nurse thing. Slug. It's slugging. Oh, we're here for another 10 minutes, boys and girls. Waiting for Kyobj to at least down 2 survivors before he takes any further actions.
It's absolutely slugging time, as you said. But I think it's not the worst decision in this game. You have Samurai close to a nearly completed generator, which is regressing right now. And you go for Zuzu or Lux next. one of them is working in the shack at the generator, which is like 50-ish%. We do see the pickup at the other side of the map. Shack pallet now gone. But we do have quite the progress on 2 of those generators. This is not the worst situation for the survivors to be in.
I don't think it's gonna be the play to go for the slugs here, because I don't think Blight, based on the map that he has played on, oh, he gets the double for 2 goals. Based on the map on that he's played, I don't think a double slug is a 3 slug is possible. With Nurse is obviously much easier because she's on cold tower, much smaller. Yeah, they do manage to get the generator pop now because he decided not to Samurai. And that just allowed Zuzu to get that pick up much faster. Still going for the slug here. Very puzzling playstyle because I've never seen a Blight attempt. I mean, I hope it's gonna work out for Coach because yeah, I hope it's not destroying the way the game looks like. Because there's still an Unbreakable in play. I think he used that Unbreakable. Oh yeah, wait, did he even use the Unbreakable? Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he used the Unbreakable to pop the generator. So now if you find Zeus, it would be 4k on 1. But that would mean that Valentines have to pop all generators if they still wish to 3-0 this. Oh, you might just hear him now.
Oh, he's so close. Oh, manages to...
So close yet so far away.
He manages to sneak by. We do have 2 slugs still on the ground. Yeah. I thought he was going to find Zuzu there because he saw the generator popping in the distance as he downed Lux. But this is going to be a waiting game now. Zuzu has to leave his location to pick up one of his fellow survivors. But CopJ knows the general area where Zuzu must be right now. So he must be really, really careful with his approach. Crossing the map, and CopJ knows this and is patrolling any potential crossing Zuzu might have here.
Yeah, as Joe Biden would say, here's the idea. Maybe they're gonna go for the double trauma tech now. That would be incredible. I mean, it's possible currently. I mean, obviously, probably not. Let's be real. Maybe maybe he's gonna wait for the double bleed to maybe get hatched here. But you know, it seems like Zuzu's just waiting for the right time here. He's gonna finally go for the first pick onto Lux. Still have Samurai on the ground, who's somewhat nearby to our... Can't even tell what the slug is. That's Renato, right? Because of the...
Yeah, that's Renato.
Something that Renato would wear, yeah. So, our Renato on the ground, very close to Zuzu Nancy. And Lux is also now stuck on the hook. We've got absolutely no gen pressure, and that's absolutely not gonna... That's gonna be completely out of the question. None of our survivors are gonna try to get any more gen pressure as they are playing this game out. Zuzu, our last man standing, it's... You know, it's moments like these where you just want to look in, or as the inside out reference, what is going on inside their head? That's really what you would like to know right now about Zuzu, what the real game plan is here. Is he just gonna try, or is he just gonna wait out for both his teammates to die and then slowly make his way over to Hatched on exit gate? I mean, Hatched is usually out of the question as well, because obviously every participant of the trial right now, or any trial, is always aware where the Hatched is gonna spawn, thanks to the add-ons to eliminate RNG from the equation. So all Zuzu can really do is wait for gates, but those don't look very good. We've got one gate, both gates are currently right behind Crow, and I've just seen a Crow as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know exactly what Zuzu's game plan here is. He might... Oh, is he picking up Samurai last second? Oh yeah, he's waiting to pick up Samurai. They really want to go for kind of a trauma attack here.
That was too early though.
Yeah, yeah. They needed to wait a little bit longer. And the one killer you cannot play the trauma attack against might be CopJ, because CopJ was playing the Nurse last Wednesday, and they tried to trauma attack him, and he perfectly ported onto the hatch as soon as they tried to pull it off, and he just denied it.
Oh, he doesn't make it in time because he double backed on himself.
Oh yeah!
He doesn't get it because he jumped. And now he finds Zuzu. So now Samurais who run in, take the hit, go down, Zuzu stands on hatch and gets out. He has to help him in the trial. If he gets the down, yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's over, that's the fucking one. Samurai was just way too far away from the tries. He was too slow in his individual decision making. Didn't get the other gun on Lux. Didn't get to intervene in the chase that Zuzu and Kirby had just then, and that's sadly going to be the end of Air Survivor's desperate attempt to get a potential escape here, and this will 100% be the 4-on-1, as we've already spoken about the exit gates here. They're both on. Are they on the same side? The one's Shaq and one's there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's not the biggest distance, but we cannot forget we are playing Blight, and you should be able to patrol these gates relatively safely. And I don't think there's any way for Samurai to realistically open one of those gates.
They do have to say though, these are the perfect gates on this map. They are literally cross map from another. Still Blight, nobody gets it. And now we're gonna see if Cobbs would have actually been able to pick him up once he goes down here. Oh, what's he gonna do? Oh, yeah, I mean,
the grab, yeah.
He just handed it to him then. Come on, Samurai, you were not setting up for that one. It probably doesn't matter, yeah. I mean, obviously it doesn't matter anymore. It is ultimately going to be the 40-on-1 generator remaining, and this might have also just been the penultimate trial of today, because if Valentines managed to pop all 5 generators in the upcoming Survivor game, then that would already be a 3-0.
Oh, there's a little difference. Oh.
That would already be a 3-0. I mean, he's not going to be able to do anything with it. We're going to try to save Zuzu here, but it's not going to be enough time, and also he's just going to get that conspicuous action once he touches him on hook. Got him, run to hook. Oh, he's playing that. And he could have gotten that. He could have gotten that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Buddy, around to far away. Yeah, just let them lay down on the ground. Yeah, 4-on-1 is now finally secured. So yeah, maybe only one more game to go between these two teams. But don't you fret, people in chat, people watching. We still got another matchup right after this one. So even if we're about to watch or spectate the last game between these two teams, we still got 2 more right after. So with that all having been said, that's going to be the 4-on-1 4-team Valentines killer. And our team Valentines, all they need to do is pop all 5 for the win con, and that will be the 3-0. Incredibly well played by Valentines in the first knockout game. And we'll be back with you after a short break. Here we go again. Well, guys, so...
Oh no, no. Oh no.
I was about to talk about what we just saw, and then my guy almost rushes off the map. I'm done. We could just saw the red. No, wait, let me catch my breath. Okay. First of all, yeah, there's a placeholder tile, so I hope I'm gonna fall off map and die. Second of all, what I was trying to talk about last game, why we restarted, is because a generator spawned inside of a rock. So the generator that the tap was looking at, or the rock that tap kept looking at, where you saw like a generator behind it, that generator was actually inside of it. So right behind the boss, amazing firecracker by the way, by Scroller. Yeah, well, we've got Valentine's back on Survivor. We're trying to restart this and play this out properly. Hopefully the placeholder in the corner there isn't too distracting. I think it's behind Shaq, so that would also be in a corner of a map that you usually don't even run to regardless. So, I hope that's not going to be an issue, but it does look very funny. Okay. We've got our first stage of the game. You know, I love these spots. That's why I'm being so enthusiastic about it. I just love this so much. Like, I know it's we're trying to play a tournament here, and there's absolutely there's no room for any of this at all. But the pub player inside of me, the pub player at heart inside of me is trying to come out and have fun here and just laugh at the current circumstance. We're getting another very, very strong start here by Garoffa to. Now, let's get back into the game. Another very, very strong start by Garoffa. We've already got a stage at 5 generators remaining. Scroller still not off the... was even able to get another clobber onto curve. It looks like, based on the early game, that this the result of the previous trial is not going to change as much. And you might just have another very decent 4K by our killer. Obviously, we didn't see much of any type of result in the previous game. So let's hope that Garoffa manages to maintain his kill streak here, to maintain his pressure, so that no integrity is damaged whatsoever. So we do get the trade here. And it seems like Scroller will be able to make it the run back to main building. A beautiful body block by Garoffa, uses the rush to get in between the door frame to not allow him to run main building, and he's getting stuck in another rather unsafe fit, I was going to say, but he just made it more unsafe than it should have been.
Absolutely. We do see more gen efficiency from the survivors in this trial, because they actually could repair a generator not being stuck in a rock. There's one more issue to keep an eye out. Sometimes it looks like survivors are teleporting around the tile. This has something to do with some rubber banding. This might be game related. So if you see something like that, you know how the patch is at the moment. Please forgive us, we have no influence for this. We see a decisive strike, so only one hook stage at the moment for Giraffa. There is the quick down again onto Scroller. 2D got reset in the distance. As far as I'm aware, 2D is also the Deliverance player on the Valentines squad. Yeah, absolutely. The trade was successful, and we see the second hook stage onto Scroller any moment. The tunnel out is a bit delayed. We already used the decisive strike, but we already got 2 generators repaired. Remember, the win condition is 5 generators for Valentines. Let's see how they play around this win condition and if they get Scroller off the hook.
And they do still need to put all 5 generators if they wish to take this 3-0 win. But so far, despite the fact that I believe this was Valentine's pick, Insomnia have been playing on the killer side, at least. They've had much better early games. Coach, please don't drop off the map, man. Don't. He's playing with fire right now, getting that close to the red area. But obviously, it's not his fault. Like, he has to play chat in its entirety. And if he has to go admin at some point, he's gonna have to. But sadly, he's gonna have to avoid it to not get banned in DBDLeague for intentional bug abuse. But yeah, you know, this is almost, now that I'm talking about like getting banned and bug abusing, this takes me back to I think it was 2018 DVD where we had rocks that survivors climbed on, but killers couldn't on Reckless Yard or any type of Azeroth map. You could spawn on any, and those were not scarce whatsoever. You could get those quite consistently in every game. And every survivor just felt like being trolled, and he could just get on top of those and hold the kill hostage forever, because endgame also didn't exist back then. And yes, Jules truly did take advantage of that as well. But I also got perma-banned for that, so that deserves So, yeah. Probably shouldn't talk about that on stream. No, actually, no, it doesn't matter. I've been clean ever since. I've reformed, like Tyler 1. So, yeah. Still, we do have Scroller. Wow, that's some decent gen pressure coming in by our survivor side now. They were able to get all 4 gens done. And they still need one more gen to go. 3 survivors still standing. Similar scenario to what we had in the previous game. In the actual previous game, not the game that we just restarted. And last time we saw an attempted slug, but we still have that unbreakable in, which allowed 4 survivors to put that ultimate generator. It's trying to cleanse the room now, which is only going to give our killer that eruption for the later stage for this latest phase of the game. But eruptions, oh no, he actually doesn't have it, so he still has rune on dying up, and as far as not trying to just get rid of it, and knowing fully well that there's still Fanatophobia and Corrupt Intervention in play, then they know that rune on dying can only be the last thing. Oh, that was a scary hit, was them.
Nice hit onto Torsoman here into a relatively quick down. I was going to say the difference between this trial and the trial that survivors from Insomnia played earlier is that all survivors are healthy and they can spread out the gen pressure relatively well. But Torsoman got like 2 taps in 5 seconds, and now they are facing the difficult decision how they want to approach this. We do still have Deliverance onto 2D. Torsoman is hanging over there. And we have the immediate rescue, not the injury onto Cop J. We will proceed to go for another tunnel out, but the situation is pretty doable for the survivors. You have a pretty nice gen spread around the map, but we do not see anyone on the generator for now, I think.
And he is trying to go with a similar playstyle, it seems like, because he's currently slugging Torsoman, and he's just going for Cop J here. And he does here 2-3-2 on this main building generator. Will he be able to make, he does make the ball, so he couldn't get it just yet. Rafa tried to play it extremely quickly here with that immediate bomb logic to try and catch Torsoman off guard. You might have just seen Cobbs. Oh yeah, that's going to be a huge setback. But now that's going to allow Tutti Frutti to get on... Oh no, not the Z-Wall. To get on their main building generator. So maybe if Cobbs manages to stand here for another 20 seconds. No, instead I do think Tutti Frutti just went for the pickup as Torselman did not have Unbreakable. Yeah, that generator's back to 40% now because of that rune that's still up. They desperately need to eliminate this perk from the game. Somehow manages to dodge that hits here. Crouch this on the staircase. Allows Rafa to connect that lunge back onto our Drive player. Now going for this reset. They still just really need this rune out of the game.
Absolutely. This trial is on the knife's edge. We still have Ruin, Thanatophobia intact. I don't know whether the survivors already located the Ruin and are trying to go for a reset. We saw the missing tile over there. Oh yeah, the Ruin is gone at exactly this second, so they only have to deal with Thanatophobia. When the reset is complete and every survivor is back to full health, this is a pretty doable scenario for the survivor team. You see the missing child in all of its beauty over to the left with a nice drive-by from Giraffa. He has to be careful not rushing out of the shack door and
yeah,
leaving the match there. The generator at the main building is at around 50% if I'm not completely mistaken. This will be the generator they will most likely try to attack, especially when Giraffa is chasing at the other side of the map right now, onto Kopje. I don't think he will try to finish him and instead go and check the generators. This is what he most likely will do, but this trial is really on the knife's edge.
No, I was also scared for a second there as we saw that unrendered or the placeholder tile. They were resetting quite close to it, and it might be possible that no grass spawned in there and actually allowed Giraffa to see them heal from very far away. Survivors are looking to play it very safe, and they have this generator, so not one that you can really work on. I hope they don't have another generator stuck inside of a rock here. The generators are quite close, so that's realistically only 2 rushes distant from one another, and you can comfortably use all 5 rushes to control every single generator. He's probably just gonna try to play this hit and run now and then just capitalize on the guard as they make their way back to the generators. Injured, or trying to go for a reset and then just interrupt the reset, because the moment you intervene in a reset of 2 injured people in this scenario, that's just GG. They are using they're using Shack currently as their main spot to reset. But yeah, I think that play is a bit too slow. They do have the rune out of the game, so in the end, Giraffa will not be able to regress the generators for an indefinite amount of time, as they're all locked to 8 actions. So he's only going to be able to kick each generator 8 times. And if the Survivors play this super safe, super slow, then they will immediately, you know, that sounds ironic, but immediately they will break.
Absolutely. If they continue to play this really slow and go for the reset every time and not taking any unnecessary risk, you see them pre-leaving really early to not give Giraffa any hit under any circumstances. And in the meantime, Cop J is moving back to his generator. They are dragging him across the map to deny him any sort of pressure. And if they can keep going with this strategy, they might be able to finish the last generator.
And on top of that, the person he's currently facing is still the bearer of Deliverance. So, that means if Tutti Frutti does end up going down, then I guess the Survivors can just immediately commit to a generator, knowing fully well that it doesn't matter, trying to get the Tutti Frutti off the hook as he can do for himself. And Giraffa very unfortunately keeps getting double fatigue? No, is it fatigue? Yeah,
double fatigue, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, no, that's the word for nurse, isn't it? Oh, hello, yeah! Blight went flying! Holy! Kurt just dropped off the hill, and that balanced landing put him right underneath the killer and made him bounce off of his head into the tire. So that's the advanced text that you talk about whenever you watch top teams compete. Now, obviously, that was a sheer coincidence. They are still committing for this reset here. They are playing this super safe. Yeah. And Tutti Frutti would be the only person that they really can throw it under the bus. Also 99 each other, so the killer gets no immediate updates on whether they are resetting. I'm just gonna be slugged here.
Now we have our first down onto CopJ. We do only have 4 hook stages for the moment. But there you see the double reset. They try to hide it as long as they possibly could. CopJ is slugged on the other side of the map. The generator progress is not to be underestimated. If they can continue playing this slow and sneak to the other side of the map, picking up CopJ, this is still really winnable. Giraffa is putting pressure on Tutti right now. Tosselman should be over at the other side of the map now to pick up CopJ. Yeah, he's trying to sneak it out, but he gets found when everyone is injured again. This could be a turning point in the game if the Blight keeps going and is fighting Tosselman and Fruity on the reset or on the rotation. This could turn into a 4k1 and into a tie.
Yeah, exactly. Back into him as well. If the survivors do not manage to get this last generator pop, then that would be a tie, as we are currently sitting on 1 generator remaining. Tosselman will be able to pick up CopJ, but at what cost? That problem is going to go down immediately after. As this is exactly the type of hit and run that you want to set up with Blight, because now Osiris can absolutely do nothing. And yeah, that's going to be the 4-kill-1. There's no way they recover from this except we get somehow a deliverance into hatch.
Absolutely, this might be the last chance of the game. CopJ is going down at this window vault. Yeah, the only saving grace for the survivors of Valentines might be Tutti Fruity's up. He's still at Unbreakable. Okay, so we are in for another few minutes. Let's see whether he can pick up Tosselman or unhook CopJ. Valentines is still in it.
Somehow, yeah, this is looking like... Yeah, I don't think he has anything to play around with. Does still have the deliverance if he's picked up. He will be picked up as well. So that's another second chance they still have. Oh, maybe you can wait for Tosselman to get hooked here and then he delivers with a hatch. But I don't think he's not going to have enough time. He has to go for a gate or just play it all acoustically and go for teammate. I don't think there's any other possible outcome that they can pursue here. Or he's just waiting on hook as well.
Yeah, the only chance Valentines is going away with a win here is if they get any stages out here. And this might only be the case if one of the survivors is getting the hatch. But Giraffa is camping Tutti Fruity. He seems to sniff that Tutti is the deliverance survivor, the way he played earlier. Tosselman is still slugged on the ground. Tutti has like maybe 20 to 30 seconds remaining to pull his deliverance. But what can he realistically achieve here? Is he able to pick up...
crawls the hatch while on the ground. He commits to Tutti Fruity after deliverance and then they live happily ever after.
I'm not sure whether there's anything that can save them. Immediate hit into the deliverance.
Picking them up.
Oh yeah, they pick it. Okay. Tosselman is back on the ground immediately. And we go for another round of chasing Tutti Fruity. This might just be a matter of time. I don't know if there's anything they can do to keep themselves in this trial. No. There's the final down. If Giraffa is not standing still for like 2 minutes, this game is done and dusted.
Yep, that's gonna be the name in the kill for the 4k1. That means we've tied the Blight set and we are still sitting at 2-0. So that decision will be made in the upcoming Nurse set, I believe. I don't think we're gonna reset Blight. I hope I'm familiar with the rules at this point. So yeah, that's gonna be the decision that will be made in the Nurse set, which is once again going to be
Gold Tower 2.
Insomnia's pick. That's what I want to say. And on Gold Tower 2, so still plenty of chance to finally find that extra Gold Tower. That's not usually in the game. Still possible. And yeah, with that last survivor now being sacrificed on the hook, that's going to be it for the Blight set. We're still sitting at 2-0 after 3 sets and 2 hours and 10 minutes. So we'll be back after a quick intermission with set number 4 for maybe the tiebreaker or maybe the match point. Yeah, that's what I want to say. So stay tuned, everybody. See you in a minute.
Hello everyone and welcome back to our 4th set of the day. We are playing Nurse on Coal Tower 2. We do see Easy on the Nurse, Cobb J, Tutti Frutti, Scroller and Torselman on the Survivor side. We are hyped about this matchup. We are not getting our mood dragged down by little bugs and invisible walls and elevation. We are here to have fun. And Easy is looking for his first survivor. He's not quite successful yet, but we see Torselman in the distance. Let's see whether he can make this a quick one or Torselman is jeeping around this tile. Nice 2-blink over here. We do have a standard Nurse build minus the Hex Ruin that got cleansed right in the second. And there is our first down of the game next to the main building.
And what a down that was. The clean last pixel swing onto the Torselman. Also, a little known fact, Easy is currently a top 25 ladder player in DBDLeague. So, gonna have to expect great things to come from the Chasers if he's also gonna play on the Survivor side against Nurse. So far hasn't played for Team Insomnia, weird as well, considering he's got the nice and shiny role on the side. Still with the Macmillan maps, I'm eagerly waiting for the bugged extra hill that we haven't had the chance yet or the privilege yet of seeing. Obviously everybody's rooting against seeing it because it's just another bug. But I'm pretty sure that's actually playable, or it doesn't really change gameplay much because it's basically a hill that has two slopes on each side with I think 3 actually. Yeah, so there's basically a map is if it's like you have a circle and then there's one with the exact distance from one another on each side, and then at the top of the hill you've got 2 rocks with no pallets, so it wouldn't drastically change the gameplay. It would only add to the decor and give these survivors an extra balanced landing spot that they could take advantage of, and it also adds blue flooring. We're going to see a last second attempt here. Wow, that's gonna be that's what was probably pixels away from, or frames away from hitting second stage. That was extremely rough for our Nurse play. He could have easily gotten that if he had just body blocked for a extra split second. We also saw the ace hiding behind the box there, thanks to the blinks out of the blink through the main building, which makes up the field vision a bit, or the field of vision at least, for the spectator position, from the spectator perspective, because I don't think our killer actually took notice of that, and instead, or in that case, if he had seen it, he would have probably just blinked a second time and taken his injury onto a Scroller, I believe it was, hiding behind that. But you get the second gen popped off the game, and Torselman will be on the second quick. We've so far only got 2 stages as well. Chinese firecracker will be dropped immediately, not to help out whatsoever. Easy will just zone one side into the kill, but instead just gonna opt to go back right to that hook in the middle of the map now. We're going to see around, does get the damage to Tutti Frutti. We're probably gonna see that unhook immediately after the reaction. Not gonna see it. Oh, we do see the 10 coming here. It's gonna be, I think that's Koch running. Yeah, he does get the trade, or does get the unhook without having to trade. But it's not looking good for Torselman, and now also that's 3 stars currently not doing generators. Scroller the only person in position to get any sort of progress from this side. He's just gonna blink right back onto Torselman, walks him down, waits up that endurance status effect, has 3 stacks of Dying Light up and ready now, so that's gonna be a kill for Team Insomnia at 3 generators remaining. Are we about to see a comeback?
Yeah, let's see what the Survivor side from Valentines can pull up here. We do see 1 injury into Cobb J. He's self-healing at this moment. The thing we saw earlier was Tutti Frutti sprint bursting to the hook to trade last second. This is something we have seen almost every trial from the Valentines. Now, this is a really common strategy they always use. You see a skill check on this generator over there. The 3-1 is quite early, to be honest. I'm not sure whether the Valentines are able to complete 3 more generators in this 3-1 scenario. At the moment, no one is in chase, and Easy is looking around this hill for another survivor. picking this generator once and blinking back to the middle of the map, but Copj reset himself in the distance. The generator progress is not looking too hot. Scroller should have been on the generator this whole time, but this gen progress is not the best at the moment.
Does manage to find one of the people that were working on the generators. Scroller in the corner of the map as he's trying to leave this generator. He's gonna hit the tree right after, but sadly the nurse did not chart with his armor and will not slice right through. Gets Duke as well, blinks right inside of Scroller and unfortunately will not be able to connect to the hit here. Izzy is trying to get an incredible hit on Duke. I think he's playing or becoming a bit nervous here. He's trying to overperform so badly that he's fighting more than he can show really. So he's trying to get the hit here as well, gets body blocked on the hill unfortunately, and is still on the run somehow after 6 blinks, still only injured. Oh, I think it's more than 8 at this point. Is gonna keep playing Ant-Man and he manages to juke it out again. Manages to make it back all the way to Shaq now. He's probably easily gonna be able to waste a decent bit of more time here. Will he be able to play Shaq for it? Oh, unfortunately not. He tries to go for the pallet reverse. Oh, this player is just immediately gonna go for the swing and it is going to connect. That is the Shaq pallet will be kicked here, so the nurse is not forced to blink over and also can just carry out Scroller deeper into the center of the map. Currently, with 2 generators only being at around 30-40%, do you think they're even gonna pop another?
I'm sure they will pop at least one more generator in this trial if they don't run it out completely. Trudy is on the generator with like 20 to 30% progress. Copj is going for the unhook. I'm not sure whether resetting right at the hook is the right play, but yeah, okay, we'll make it possible. We do see the immediate reset onto Scroller. We had a nice chase earlier. Tuti's gen is on like 50% now. They're splitting up again. I'm pretty sure they will manage to get at least one more generator done. The optimal would be 2, so they could at least have the standardized nurse result at the 4K1, but it's going to be pretty rough.
With 1 survivor eliminated already at 3 gens, this does not look like as if our survivors could even realistically get another generator pop. Now with that dying light and the eruption also helping out tremendously. It was extremely fortunate actually. Well, it's what we should call a bad luck was actually beneficial for our killer, as he wasn't able to get any hook progression just by letting them hang onto Tulsa Man. He managed to get 3 individual hooks and that allowed him to get 3 stacks onto Dying Light. Just down Cubs, it's not gonna be another Dying Light stack as he is the obsession. But yeah, that kill onto Tulsa Man gave him 3 stacks of Dying Light. And that is, I believe that's actually making the difference here between these survivors popping their gens and not being able to take full measures here. He's not chasing anyone, he's also just going for the slugs. He's playing similarly to what we see in the season where players talk about how the current rule set allows the nurse or even advocates for slugging with not many second chances from the side once they are down on the ground. Easy will finally be able to find a second survivor in the relative near vicinity of Kyoj, who was already on the ground. Full prediction and it's going to land. He does get the down onto Scroll as well. 2-2-3-2. Now last man standing.
This could spiral out of control really fast. If 2D is not careful enough, we might see a 4K at 3 generators remaining here. The question is, will he pick... Yeah, he's picking up Copj. So this will open up an opportunity for 2D to rotate around the map and maybe pick up Scroller, or he decides to stay hidden and goes for the unhook on Copj later. Wow, he blinked right through him. This was so close.
You know, if this was 2v8, he would have screamed.
Absolutely. So let's see how 2D decides to play this. Oh, we do have... Is this Deliverance? I think 2D...
I think so.
Isn't 2D the Deliverance guy? I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, it's in here.
Yeah, it is enabling, it is.
Oh, perfect.
With that DS.
Yeah. So we do have Decisive Strike onto Copj. 2D is still up and running. Scroller still slugged on the ground. The situation is looking slightly better. We do have two relatively highly progressed generators. One in check and one a few meters away from it. But I'm not sure whether 2D can put up a chase that is long enough to get Scroller picked up, but Scroller gets picked up in the meantime. Never mind.
Man, I love watching those last pixels, as true talent would say, just the tip. It looks especially funny on Nurse because it's one of those killers that have a shorter weapon. Same applies to Legion Freddy also, where their lunge animation looks like it's because their weapon is shorter. It looks like their lunge animation doesn't actually connect, but because they have the exact same hitbox as any other killer, except for Shape because he has his own. The only unique killer with his lunges, with a standard M1 weapon, that is. So yeah, with those shorter weapons, the same as goes with Nurse. It looks so bad, but it's standard hitbox. That's annoying. Scroller unfortunately not going for the window here, but it'll come nice out, get him around. No, it's gonna be another hit onto Scroller. He does not make it far enough away, and he's thankfully going to hook him, so we're not going to slug it out the way we do it in the main season and the players we did recently, or 2 weeks ago. So, but yeah, now we see that downside of slugging because of not slugging, because now him having to pick up the survivor, carrying to the hook him, then recover or regain his sense of progression on the game. That allowed our survivors to pop another generator in the meantime, and it seems like the best scenario or the best result that our killer or Easy can get from this current scenario would be the 4K on 2 right now, as you see it in bottom left with that generator count, and he's gonna can't all Scroller. Tutti Frutti is also not in position to pop this generator anytime soon, so Cobbs will have to trade if they want to get this last generator popped.
Absolutely. I'm not entirely sure whether the gen 2D is working on right now was the gen he was working on earlier, or if he decided to go to another gen. We do have a body block here, but it's not enough to deny the unhook. We do have a trade. Scroller now on death hook, and the Nurse will continue the tunnel out. 2D still on the generator. The ultimate goal for the survivors is now to get to this 4 generator mark to at least secure the standard Nurse result. We do see Scroller being slugged here. I think the Nurse is not hooking him and is going for 2D instead.
Yeah, absolutely should. He needs to make sure that that generator is not anywhere near popping. As this generator still has decent progression, he might knows is actually not suspected. And maybe he just heard the progress of the generator, made an educated guess on where the progress bar might currently be located, and now he's just immediately U-turning to get a hook on either of these players. Because if he does get an elimination, that would be the nail in the coffin. There's no way they can pop another generator in a 2v1. If the generators aren't on at 90%. And he, on top of that, is about to get another blinding light back. That's 2 stars now dead, and unless Tutti Frutti, yeah, he doesn't pop it. That has to be the 4K on 2 now.
Absolutely. It's quite sad because the survivors started out so well, but the elimination of the Tosselman came in a little bit too early. They entered the 3v1 relatively quick. And you see a nice blink into the basement to check whether 2D is hiding over here. I'm wondering whether 2D is able to pick up CopJ, or no, he is deciding to hide. And he might be playing for Hedge. I don't know how the exit gates look at the moment. Maybe he might be able to take an escape through one of the
like
gates.
Big slide doors.
Yeah, thanks. I was aware of that fact.
There's usually a lever next to them as well, on the left.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Method.
That's what I'm here for, man. Yeah, it really shouldn't be hard to find an injured Dwight, though, right? Because he's quite loud.
At the moment, he is not being found. 2D does a good job of hiding. And let's see whether he is able to escape in this endgame. Easy is still patrolling the map, wondering where this Dwight might hide. Maybe in a locker, but this would be too obvious. Yeah, CopJ is not bleeding out because he is picked up. So, yeah. So we are delaying it a little.
Yeah, he's just gonna be right, very close to. Oh, did you see a crow? Oh yeah, you did. Hello there. I don't think that was barbecue, so I'm not gonna say yeah, but it's right through. Just pushes that immediately. The Dab's playstyle. Or was it? Wait, let me think. Who plays like that? Is it Dab? I think.
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I used to know my nurses. Third compass. I think he did, yeah. And Laser basically optimized that playstyle. Pushed it to modern times DBD, so yeah, I guess it's some. I think he plays safely well, honestly. I know Volga does as well. On Atlas 2. Oh, Hitboxes does. He does that. Yeah, he always pushes balance. That's the one. Alright. That's good. Finally got the correct player. But yeah, that's gonna conclude Nurse game number 1. And yeah, with a 4K on 2 generators remaining. This once again isn't looking too good for Team Valentines. So they need to pop. Yeah, their killer. I mean, their killer needs to match this result, or yeah, it's I mean, 4K3 isn't possible. Is usually not possible. So I think we're gonna be looking at another tie, or it's gonna be the win for the other team, Insomnia. Yeah, and then I think no matter what, not be based on the fact that we just saw 4K on 2, we're 100% progressing to the next skill as well after this. But yeah, maybe they or Team Valentines will make me swallow my words, and they're about to 3-0 after all. But yeah, all of our questions will be answered after a short break. So everybody stay tuned for a few minutes. We'll be back right after. Hello everybody and welcome back to round 2 of the Nurse set, which is in the grand scheme of things the set 4 between Valentines and Insomnia. And this time we've also got the Nurse player from just now on the survival side, also their first appearance today for Team Insomnia. With an incredible result of a 4K with 2 generators remaining. This is not looking too great for Team Valentines on the killer side, as a 4K on 2 is usually regarded as sort of a death sentence if that's your Nurse result, as usual results for this killer range between 4K1 to 4K2. Sometimes even out, I've seen a tremendous amount of those in previous trials as well. Garbage was unfortunately struggling a bit on that logger and the generator on the next route with that down. Now also can't connect the down to Nico right after who opted to go edge using that live on the seawall, but instead Kyoptus is gonna be able to put him on the ground with the second blink. He needs incredibly good pace in this entire trial if he wishes to win this, or tie this even, to deny Team Insomnia another point, as we've seen a tie in the Blight set, and we might just see another tie or a loss for Team Valentines in the Nurse set. Valentines are still up by 2-0, so all they need is a 1-set win to bring this entire set home and secure their spot in the grand finale tomorrow.
Absolutely. We do see the interrupt on Junior. Oh no, they managed to finish it in time. Oh, in the meantime, Nico gets unhooked. This was really, really close though. If CopJ would have been there like 1 or 2 seconds earlier, this could have looked very, very different. Slightly mistiming there, or maybe a bit unlucky in his movement. We do now have 2 injured survivors, 1 generator already completed. There was a black screen for a second because we went through the rock. Make it 3 injured survivors. We do not have much generator progress on the other generators because 2 survivors were doubling up on that main generator. Neko did heal himself, so we are facing another chase probably. Yeah, we did spot Easy on this tile over there. Easy is also the Deliverance player, which we can see in the bottom right corner, but Kopje is trouble finding Easy on these tiles. He's making his way into the shack, though he might... No, he's not dropping his pellet. We go edge map to prolong the chase even further, but now we have our second down of the game. We see 3 survivors in the distance working on generators, and all of them are nearly half completed.
That was really nice movement there also, I want to point out, by Easy on that Shack Paladin. You saw him, after exiting Shack, or not even hesitating on Shack Paladin, you saw him immediately take a right turn and then distance himself from the wall of Shack. Because usually what Nurses do, either they blink straight through, or on the door frame, and which in case Easy would have doubled back, he would have got down there. Or if you have kept, or normally what Nurses also might do is they predict that you will hug the wall or continue running, so they blink right on the wall, and Easy instead just went out of line of sight by turning right, and then held W away from Shack, so in neither of these scenarios he would have gone down, unless our Nurse player makes an incredible prediction. Usually in that case that is extremely risky, because you would lose in 2 out of 3 such scenarios, so obviously you would always go with the best gamble if he blinks, so it would have been stupid for the Nurse to blink that far, which is why he also didn't. And yeah, Easy distancing himself like that, that is usually a very secure play that you can do against Nurses, so very well played by him. It comes to show that he is experienced on Nurse and against. So yeah, currently sitting at 4 generators, he's already got 2 stages, and the generator pressure is a bit lackluster on the Survivor side, as we've got Easy hiding away in the corner. Somehow immediately gets down. Oh, a really nice mission by our killer here. He knew that our Survivor must be somewhere near, setting up for the save, setting up somewhere edge map. It's also a Deliverance player and Unbreakable, so no matter what our Nurse player does here, he loses, because either he's just gonna pick himself up or unhook himself. So obviously it's better get that Unbreakable out of the game as quick as possible, or maybe a Survivor just oh yeah, unfortunate here. If this was also 2v8 Nurse blink range on the second blink, that would have been a down. So yeah, it's unfortunate for Kyobushi. He really needs to step onto Samurai if he wants to still be able to win this. Does get the down finally. It's gonna be the third stage overall, second on Samurai. It's getting closer and closer to that first elimination.
The problem is the down onto Easy was next to a generator. This was like 80% completed. It was higher earlier, but Rune made it regress quite a bit. So if they decide to double up on the generator, yeah, this generator pops at the distance. This was the unfortunate situation because Easy was located next to a nearly completed generator. We do have 2 more generators in the works, if I'm not mistaken. We do see a Neko coming in for the unhook relatively quickly. Oh yeah. We do see another survivor in chase. It is Samurai. Do we get the blink onto him right away? We are holding it for now to see whether he's moving outside of this tile. There's the next injury. There should be 1 or 2 gens popping any moment. Yeah. As I said, there's the next generator. We have reached the tie condition for this set. And let's see how much further the survivors of Insomnia can push this.
Yeah, I think based on the fact he has to carry him to the hook, then sacrifice him, and only then can he blink to this. Yeah, he needs 3 blinks to make it to the scrim. I think they're just gonna pop it in his face. Oh, it's actually gonna be really close here. It might not be. Yeah, I think they just left it. We just saw that all the last second through the eyes of Suzu. That might have been barely enough here. Barely not enough for our survivors. Yeah, one's gonna go down. Wait, wait, both of them are injured. If Kyobushi manages to find Nico right away, this might be a 4K on 2. He does find Zuzu right though, so if he manages to 2-tap him here, this could be a 4K on 2. Denying Insomnia another set point by tying twice in a row. Oh, that was beautiful. He faked blinking left and then flicked to the right, getting that injury onto Zuzu. He is playing a phenomenal macro game right now. He needs to get injured right away as well. Oh, he's just gonna go AFK. No. Okay,
oh,
he's
okay.
back.
I was so scared he was stuck there.
He took a quick breathe. Yeah, he took a quick breathe. I also thought, for a moment I also thought it could have been a reasonable wall. But so far we've only seen the elevation. Because he keeps bumping up and down.
Absolutely. We do see Easy still being on the ground. Neko is full health again, Zuzu still injured. They have to play this really carefully to pop this one last generator. But I'm not... Okay, they started a new one. I'm not quite sure whether they will be able to pop another generator in their current situation. Rune is still active, so the generators will regress. The one they nearly finished at the other side of the map should be down to 70% by now. There's the down to Zuzu. Easy gets picked up in the distance, and the slugging game continues. We do see a reset next to the main building, but yeah, that should be fast enough for a full reset. But this will be the gameplay loop for a few minutes now. One survivor goes down, and another survivor is rotating over to get him up while another survivor is in chase.
Now, this is bloody brutal. Game here. He needs to hit these blinks now more than ever. Because he just can't allow any of these survivors to get to the point where they feel comfortable getting back on any of these generators. And it's looking really nice. He gets fully bodied up, but it actually helped him! Nico expected him to make that blink through, but he completely, but Kobj unintentionally messed up, gets his entire blink swallowed, and he just runs right back into him. Now he has a rough idea of where Easy is, because he just down Zuzu as well. So he should be in the right quadrant of that. There's scratch marks in the corner. He does see Zuzu as well. He needs to get this down immediately. Is he gonna have to go? He is, and it's gonna connect too. Oh, he needs to intercept this pickup by Easy onto Nico, and I don't think he's even gonna be at 60. He's probably gonna be around 50% reset right now. Still has that deliverance to. No, he's full already.
He's full. Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
this is so tough.
This is the gameplay we will see for a few minutes now. The window there is blocked, so no easy way out for Easy. On this side, will get found using the sprint burst. Dropping down from the main building, there is a quick one blink onto Easy. Now all survivors are injured or on the ground. Okay, now we have a different type of situation. Yeah. We need to find Neko here because two survivors are slugged to the ground and Neko is nowhere near a slug to pick him up. So if Kobj is able to find Neko here, we have a tie on our hands.
Yeah, this is unbelievably difficult. I think he's just gonna start bleeding them out here realistically, or they're gonna go for another trauma tech, an attempt we saw earlier as well, but still not successful. But also at that point in time, yeah, well, he just found him. It became irrelevant trying to get Kobj with amazing blinks in this later stage of the game that really carried him. His precisiveness in where it mattered came through, and we got a second 4K into. It is not going to change the scenario. We need one win by Valentines, and this will be over. And we're actually gonna go into set number 5 as nothing stands in the way of this 4K on 2 generators remaining. Maybe the deliverance by Easy, but it's not gonna make it anywhere. It's Nurse, let's be real. Yeah, we're gonna have Spirit after.
Yeah, absolutely. Another S tier set. We nearly had them all, only the Hillbillies missing. So we will see another S tier killer in the next trial unless something really crazy is happening here in the next few seconds, but I don't think so. We have 2 set wins for the Valentines and 2 set ties overall. So we're going into our 5th set of the evening, which will be the Spirit, as you already mentioned. We do see one bleed out. Kobj is searching for Zuzu at the moment, but I'm not sure whether he will find him before the bleed out timer reaches the 0 mark. And we can slowly... Yeah. He will be patrolling the hatch, just in case Zuzu is standing up last second and trying to go for the hatch.
Yeah, gets adrenaline. Fate to seal.
Yeah, absolutely. So, do you like Spirit sets? Because I do.
Indifferent.
Indifferent.
I think personally, there's no single killer I dislike because I dislike this game. It's kind of rare to hear from a guy that's been playing since 2016. Spirit, actually, you know what? Because I'm friends with a guy that is extremely precise about this killer and tries to find every single nook and cranny when it comes to the sound inventory of things that you need to take into consideration. Maybe I can give some decent input on yeah, what we're about to see with regards to that. Something interesting that might be confidential information or information that's not been talked about yet on the big stage, because Spirit is a killer where probably more things matter that don't matter on any other killer, more than one might think. But yeah, more about that after a short break, as is standard procedure between our games. So yeah, we're actually going into the fifth game, the fifth set between Valentines and Insomnia, and we still got another matchup after this. So after a short break, we'll be back with that maybe final set of the game day, because we're still sitting at 2-0. So we'll see. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be back.
Hello everyone and welcome back to our fifth set of the day. The score is 2 for the Valentines. We have 2 ties and 0-1 sets for Insomnia so far. We are in our fifth set with a relatively quick chase on the Spirit. Tutti Frutti is piloting this killer at the moment. And we do have our first injury quite quickly into the trial. Let's see whether this will be a rather quick trial, or if we are stuck for longer here. Oh, this is a relatively quick down. Under a pallet, is there a survivor nearby is the question. Tutti is picking up without fear, but we do hear footsteps and we deny the pallet save. And we do get our first hook stage of the game at 5 generators standing.
He did that in front of all those people. He missed the pallet save. Yeah, we already got that first hook, and it makes a lot of sense that our killer, Tutti Frutti, was a bit paranoid on that pallet the moment he went down on it, because that's usually, that's currently the meta playstyle. Oh, we just saw a crow on the left there as well. Yeah, and he's phasing to it. We just saw, that's the current meta against nerds, where you just go down on pallet, and you just kind of juke to win. You go for those pallet saves over and over. Yeah, with Spirit, that a lot plays into, it's very important what kind of survivor you play and also the skins you bring. Usually Ada is quite popular because she's always regarded as this really quiet survivor, but there's actually 3 categories that you need to distinguish between when you talk about the sounds that survivors make. One is the actual sounds, so grunts of pain, breathing, etc. And the next is footsteps, and the third is actual skins. Because those actually all make sounds, and based on what you... Okay. Based on what you dress what you dress to impress, that actually does make a significant difference. So with Ada, regarded as one of the quietest survivors, she wears quite loud footwork, so you can always hear her heels or whatever it is thumping, or those harder type of shoes. You can always hear those thumping on the ground, so where she might be quiet, you can still hear those quite well. And yeah, with Ace, he's sort of intermediate as well. Claudette is quiet with her footwork, but she's loud herself. And I think Renato is one of the better picks. He's got quiet footsteps. One of the best examples of where or the biggest difference between footsteps is one wears high heels, which are loud on the ground essentially, and the other would be Jake's barefooted skin, where you basically can't hear them. And it's also just so different between every single survivor, so it throws the killer off guard a number of times. And yeah, that was my little excursion. Now we're back into the chase with Lux, who's finally been struck here after he managed to avoid that first hit on a very lucky punch stun on that reverse. And he managed to get to one, or a timing where literal frames decide whether or not you get hit or not. And we're probably just gonna see him see Tutti Frutti run around to get into a good position. Maybe that does some measures. It's gonna be enough. No, Easy just immediately sprint bursts out of there. He's not gonna take it for Zuzu. Gonna immediately book it. Goes on the stun as well, even though he still has that basketball stun up. So Tutti Frutti should have under no circumstances lunged through that, because that would have never downed, would have just or at worst to put him into deep wound status effect, but that shouldn't really matter, because obviously he's gonna keep committing. That's gonna be 2 downs at 3 generators remaining. On the second stage, 2 generators remaining. The second stage, onto Easy. Not looking too good for our killer of Team Valentines here once again.
You're absolutely right. The normal result for a Spirit set, as we have seen countless of them in the DBDL Season 9, is between 9 and 10 stages, and survivors tend to only finish between 3 or 4 generators. So this is what we've signed up for at this trial. But Spirit has a really high 4K rate compared to other killers. We are seeing 61% of the trials ending with a 4K. Tutti Frutti is at the moment not on track for this sort of result, so we will see whether he can accelerate this trial by eliminating Easy relatively quickly. The only problem is all of the other survivors are healthy. We do not hear any grunts of pain necessary. The generator progress is not looking too bad. We do see a split up on at least 2 different generators at the moment. They might even go for a save onto Easy. Yeah, there's the pull. And now it depends on whether 2D can body block Claudette long enough so we get... Oh, that's for the people!
Oh, that's
okay.
awesome.
Oh, that's a really, really good play by Insomnia there.
And in the meantime, we've got 2 more generators past that 70% mark. It doesn't even matter that Easy went down that quickly because the time it takes for him to get him on that hook and all the animations he has to go through. This should be plenty enough for both of these last generators to pop, which would be 4 stages at all generators done. That is huge for our survivor side here. It's looking not too grand for Valentine's killer. Once again, it has to come down to what
That's crazy.
Insomnia can do on the killer, what happens in the upcoming game, because there's really no certainty. Right now, it's firmly biased against Valentines here. Insomnia might finally take their first set point, and they might, in the end, win this war of attrition, the patience game. Valentines came out so strong in those first 2 sets, basically almost wiped the floor with their opponents in the second set with that 4k4 on Oni, and with a only 1 stage difference in the Doctor set, and now those over and over tiebreakers on the Blight, Nurse, and now maybe even Spirit is gonna backfire in the end and potentially grant Insomnia the upper hand. It's really still all open, despite the fact that Valentines might be up 2-0 right now. But those 2 strong sets that Valentines excelled on have already passed, and the only sets we would really play here, if there's still no winner decided after the Spirit set, which is looking very likely, we just go back to Blight, and we saw Insomnia perform better on that game, and the same on Nurse too.
You're absolutely correct. We do see a pretty convincing try from the survivors of Insomnia. I do think we end with 7 hook stages here, which is not too bad. If we look at the trial from the beginning, this could have been a lot worse for the killer of the Valentines. But remind yourself, in the first set that we saw today, the Doctor set, the killer performance did not look promising from the Valentines, but then the survivor team really put up a show and turned around that game. And maybe they're able to do this even in the Spirit set.
All our questions will be answered once we are back in the upcoming set. So everybody stay tuned. We might finally see our first set point for Insomnia, because I don't think that Valentine's going to turn this around. But might have to swallow my own words if something funny happens. Maybe we're gonna see all place holder tiles, and we're just gonna spawn on a red map and have to instantly restart. Or we just play on Minecraft flat world generation. But yeah, we'll be back after a quick break, so everybody stay tuned, and don't leave just yet. We still have plenty of games to be decided. See you in a bit. Welcome back, everybody, to game number 10 between... yeah, hello. What? That's starting off well. Team Valentines and Insomnia. Actually didn't even look it up, it just came back to me. Trust me, I'm right. This time we've got Edward the Sixth now on the survivor side, so now we've got Royalty playing among us, and I'm not talking about the Eternal player. And we've also got Easy once again back on the Spirit, our Nurse player from the previous trial, who's put up a phenomenal performance from the first game. And now all he needs is... Correct me, Mr. Toby. How many stages did we see last game?
We did see 7 stages last game, so he would need 8 to win this trial, or at least 7 to give us the 3rd tie in a row.
So it's gotta be 7 at the end of this game. That would be a 3 times back-to-back tie, which I don't think we've ever seen before. So that would be kind of wild. On 3 separate killers as well. Usually, like, yeah, we're gonna have 2 restarts of the same killer, usually with Nurse. But I don't think that Evie is playing around here. This is looking very good, very likely to be Insomnia's first set point if he manages to maintain this pace. We've already got 2 downs right at the start of the trial, 5 gens still left, where killer of team Valentines was still struggling a bit last time. Yeah, this time we've got Easy with an amazing set of, with amazing sequence of pressure exerted at the start of the trial. He even finds the third survivor, Tutti Frutti, will be in chase now. Survivor is gonna get hit right over the hook here. He's gonna be forced to trade also. Otherwise, this would have easily been a 3-man slug here. That might still become reality. No, we see Easy just immediately pick up Tutti Frutti and secure that second stage of the game. He might also just go back to scoreline and get that third, because that would be 3 individual stages at 5 generators remaining, which is absolutely ludicrous in Spirit.
You are totally right. This game is starting off really, really messy from the survivor side of the Valentines. We're missing healing skill tracks left and right. I think they're also a bit tired across all of those games. We do see one relatively high focus generator, but that's it because they had to play so altruistically. At the first few minutes of this trial, we do see another hook stage coming in. Scroller still hanging, no reset onto Tutti just yet. And this is looking really, really good for Easy right now.
Yeah, he's got so many stages and the game hasn't even begun yet for the survivor side. So yeah, this, you know, based on how this is developing, we might even be looking at a 4K on 5 generators. Everybody's injured, no one's on a gen, they all have to take care of unhooks and getting somehow back into the game. This is extremely unfortunate for Valentines. It's 60-yard falling apart on this Spirit set. Now that we do finally have that first generator hot there, but everybody's still currently injured. He's going to take another down onto Torso Man. And yeah, he's got a decent amount of stages into this. He's already been in chase of every single survivor. He's injured everybody. And he's already accumulated 5 stages now with someone dead at 4. So all he needs now is find Edward the 6th, and this would already be game over.
You're absolutely right. This is looking really, really good for Easy on the killer side. The survivors only managed to finish 1 generator, and their game playing is falling apart really, really quickly. I think they might need to take the L here if they cannot find a miracle. Oh my god, there's even a locker pull. Oh. I think the strike is most likely over already. We do see another hook stage onto Scroller. That means we have 6 hook stages already, 1 more for the tie. As you said, if we find Edward, then the game is already over because we would have 4 fresh hooks instead of the 3 achieved by the killer in our previous trial. Valentines might need to take a mental reset after this set and get their priorities together back again. They started off so good at the first 2 sets, then there were 2 ties, and this set is looking really, really lost right now, sadly.
Edward the 6th will also be immediately found. It's gonna come down to that you hear the clocking that whenever it runs, so that's exactly what Easy will be able to play off of. It's very feeble breathing sounds, but her shoes are just extremely loud. And it is going to backfire. It's going to allow Easy to gain some sense of, add to a sense of tracking whenever he's trying to phase out the 6 here. Only going to get a medium vault here. There's going to be another injury cost that Sloppy Butcher onto Ada 1 player. And Tutti Frutti is currently the only person that is healed. At least they did manage to get 1 heal back up. But yeah, we'll see how quiet she was there. She wasn't running, so very difficult for Easy to spot. Does vault back into him though with that quick and strike, not gonna be enough. Easy did win that 50-50 at the corner. You see Tutti Frutti trying to go into a flashback save, but instead Sprinklers right into the wall, barely avoids getting it there, despite that tremendous mishap. Does get the injury onto Tutti Frutti as well, so I don't think we're gonna see a flashback save anytime soon. Maybe Easy's just gonna play this super aggressively and also commit to this down onto Tutti Frutti, and yeah, he is going to do exactly that. Once Scroller pops that second generator off the trial, that would also mean that he knows exactly where everybody is located, and it should be an easy game for him from that point on. He's just gonna try to bait out Tutti Frutti on this pallet. Instead, gonna go for the vault here. Does he manage to get him? No, he actually tricks him out. But to no avail, Tutti Frutti will still bite the dust in the corner. The generator does pop, but it doesn't really matter. He doesn't even need to 4K. He's basically already got the win if you're clever from here.
Yeah, absolutely. You're totally right. This game is over for the side of the Valentines. Scroller is now going for the pickup onto Edward. We already have 7 stages secured, so the tie condition is met at the very least, but the next stage is just a matter of time at this point of the trial. Tutti hanging still in second stage, Scroller, Dev on hook, Edward being in chase as the only survivor who did not get hook yet. But this is just a matter of time sadly. We do see the down in the comp corner. Do we decide to pick Edward up? Yes, we do. So this is sealing the deal. We will go for a replay of the Blight set next.
Yep. And that's gonna be a 2-1. They finally get Insomnia finally get their well-deserved first set point after they've already decided out on the Night Nurse and Blight set respectively. And yeah, that means we're gonna play it's a best of 5, and we're actually going to play a 6th set. That is wild. Usually, that doesn't happen. The longest matchup that we've seen was between Eternal and Elysium in the playoffs so far. So, when we played Nurse 3, or when we had 4 Nurse sets, I think. 3 or 4. Either
4, yeah.
Yeah, that was absolutely wild as well. Yeah, with Edward on hook. Now they're just gonna play it out, essentially.
Yeah, absolutely. We do see Edward still on the hook. We did see the reset onto Scroller and Tutti in the distance. And Easy is now looking for one of them, hiding behind one of those tiles. There is the pull onto Edward. The game is already done, but of course the survivors are playing this out cleanly as best as they can. And Tutti is hiding behind this rock. I think he got spotted over there for a brief second. Yes. Is this attack? Nope. Not quite. We have 2 survivor death hook, 1 survivor with only 1 hook stage but still injured. We continue to work on generators for now, on 2 different generators. And I don't see whether he's still onto Tutti or if we switched survivors, but I guess it has, yeah, it has to be Tutti.
Trinity's already once more, so it's gonna take Easy a bit longer to get these injuries, or to end these chases rather. But as we know, they're all dead hood except for Edward the 6. So all Easy needs to do is, I think if he just gets one more down, then there's no way else Survivors can really exert much gen pressure for the remainder of the trial, because the 2v1 is unplayable in DBD. It's a fantastic pallet drop here. He made Easy think that he went all the way around, but instead he just dropped the pallet on himself. And Easy decided to face all the way around, so Tutti Frutti will be able to extend this chase phenomenally. But sadly it's come in way too late, and this was required early in the trial if they wanted to win. But if they were still able to win. Yeah, Tutti Frutti goes down, that's gonna be the death of our second survivor. He will be eliminated. And that means he's got a 2-1 with 2 generators remaining.
I think they made a pretty good recovery from the point that already one survivor was eliminated. Now we are seeing basically 4 generators done if Edward is able to finish this generator. But the early game of our survivor team was so messy, they threw their bodies at the Spirit quite early, and the injuries were handed out left and right, and this ultimately led to this disastrous early game and the early elimination, which is pretty sad because we know Valentines are capable of playing the sets and playing them cleanly and more coordinated, but I guess this this mistake in the early game costed them the set in its entirety.
It is a shame, really. That was a colossal mistake. Really. Had at the beginning of the game, where just way too many people got injured so early on. I mean, it was 5 gens still left. Everybody was injured. 2 guys were already hooked. We're gonna see Scholar. You know, now this is smart. Now he's gonna do 4% and then wait for the game to regress again and then do 4% again. So he never knows he's there, and he's farming objective points. Now that's the next skill move. So he's at least gonna be at the top of the leaderboard when once the game's over. No, obviously, doesn't matter. Yes,
really
it's gonna be the really important for it's for the ego points, you know. It's for the self value. Yeah, Scroller is gonna be hiding still edge map. All he really has is hatch if he manages to somehow run in and get it last second before the Spirit manages to kick it. But that hook is unfortunately right next to the hatch, or the only possible hatch spawn meaning that Easy doesn't even have to leave very far to still be able to control both the hook and the catch. Yeah, he's just gonna walk on over. Got one gate there, one gate. Oh yeah, okay, they're basically at a 90-degree angle. Should be fairly easy for him to coordinate, and therefore I don't see Scroller escaping anytime soon.
Yeah, me neither. The gates are relatively close to each other, and as you said, they're in a 90-degree angle, so Easy should have a really nice time patrolling these. We see Scroller on one of those gates. We will see one last 1v1 chase at the end of this trial. There's our first injury. Scroller is...
Run the timer, run the timer.
Run the timer. We are on basically 10 seconds right now. How long can Scroller prolong this chase? Is there a pellet left?
Oh.
Scroller was on the other side of this tile. Can he make it into Shack? This will be the last 1v1 in the Spirit set before we move on to the Blight. Shack pellet still up in the end game. Let's see how long it will take for Easy to catch up to Scroller. He missed the healing split check over there.
And the chase ends after 4 minutes and 32 seconds. Very well played by Scroller. Extremely long chase at the end of the game. You're not even laughing, man. Come on. 4 minutes 32 seconds.
It's quite funny, you're totally right.
Exactly, needed to laugh. Okay, well, yeah. Game ending shouldn't surprise anybody. We're just gonna immediately hop back over into the transition screen, and we'll be back shortly with the now first real restart of or replay of a set. We'll be back right after a short break with the first killer that they tied, namely Blight.
To our sixth set of the day, not quite as planned, but we are back here on our sixth set. It is the Blight again, the first tie we had earlier. We are in a chase with Tutti Frutti at the side of the map. There's no missing tile behind the Shack like in the earlier trial. That's it. One good news. Memphis would say it is not the best outcome he would like because he loves some bugs in his games. But,
Yes.
but we are happy to see a well-functioning wall for now.
Give me back rocks that the killer can't get on. So we can hold the game hostage forever! Well, I'm the only thing that's a bit of a letdown is because we're not gonna be playing... Okay, I shouldn't jinx it. We're not gonna be playing on any more Macmillan maps, so we're not gonna see the funny bugged hill. But yeah, in this case, back when I was just like, oh, that. Okay, that hit right there. That I think that is the end of the game. And I'm pretty sure just because of that, that's gonna be the 2-2 for Insomnia. You know, I'm developing this trope where I just call games extremely early on, but come on, that's 2 people down in the same corner. There's no way Garafa's ever leaving that, and they're only gonna get 1 gen because Cub obviously has to push in now, trying to recover the scenario. And I'm also glad that Cub is back and didn't fall asleep. Or didn't end up being too exhausted. Yeah, I mean, he's just gonna force some second save and then pick up Torso Man. Most likely, that's also the Deliverance player. Oh, I don't know, actually, he might try to get a last second save with Unbreakable, but it would be extremely risky. I'm hoping that Garafa can smell something similar. Because he is starting to... Oh, wait, this could actually be an amazing bait. Oh. Yeah, yep, exactly.
No, okay. Oh no! He gets the block! Nobody can save Tutti! Oh
no. Okay, that's lucky for.
Giraffe with perfect movement! Oh my god. I've seen everything.
That was the perfect F-up, to be honest, by Torso Man. Oh my god. My guy picked himself at the worst possible time if he had waited, but they couldn't even have Yeah, it's fucking cool.
It's over. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but even with, he had to use his Unbreakable there because otherwise he was already gonna die. So he was forced to come, just took too long, sadly, there to get to the unhook. And he even paid the price by getting hit on the exact same pellet that Torso Man was downed on earlier. And yeah, there's absolutely no chance for a comeback now. We do have no more Unbreakable in the game. Deliverance is never activated, so we've just seen a 3-minute Blight game with 4 kills on 4. New world record!
This is absolutely brutal for the side of Valentines. Just like the earlier Spirit trial, they make a basic mistake in the early game which costs them the whole trial. They get caught out near the first hook, leading into a second down, into the same corner. One survivor is over, has to come over for a rotation rescue. They try the unbreakable play into the unhook, but Garafa, with some amazing positioning, is able to deny that. Really well played by Garafa, and yeah, this is just brutal.
And the fact they also all went down in the exact same corner. Once you're in that position, you're basically also stuck in a bottleneck where you can't really escape. It doesn't matter what direction you go, you're always gonna run into Garafa. And with him going down in that dead corner, getting 2-tapped on that extremely unsafe pallet way, should have just, like, the moment he takes that first hit, just run right in and get that unhook, but instead they decided to juke it out and then they died on it. So yeah, that was, that's where the really began, and wow. That was unironically the fastest Blight game I've ever seen.
I've seen one faster Blight game.
6,600 points.
Yeah. I've seen one faster Blight game in my entire
I don't believe
comp
you.
DBD. No, it was not in DBDL, it was another tournament. Laser did a 4K at 5 generators on Blight, like maybe
Laser?
maybe three years ago. Yeah. Alright.
Okay, that's pretty scary.
So, this trial looked pretty rough. Yeah.
To say the least.
To say the least. Alright, we'll prepare the next trial, and we will see you again after a short break.
Yep. Now, the mission is simple. All Cobb needs to do now is 4K on 5, and he's got to set the win, and that would be the 3-1 for Team Valentines. Yeah, that's a ridiculous win condition. We've already seen a phenomenal setup by Garafa in the previous game where he was somehow able to 4K on 4 generators remaining, thanks to very quick build up on pressure in one corner of the map where he got him down very quickly, and then he's got another slug right next to it, so he had 2 people incapacitated right from the get-go. You already get a very early Undying Cleanse as well. Ruin and Eruption are still remaining in the trial. Not too sure about Eruption, like, maybe it's not gonna help that much here because of that 4K 5 he has to get. Or 4K 4 if they want to try again. Maybe. I'm thinking in this place Firecracker usually will be the first one to take the clobber. Gonna be the injury onto Ada1, runs right into another player's generator, gonna proc balance, landing on the basement stairs. It's quite annoying on any sort of wreckers. Or Azov maps, I want to say, because of the basement being covered up by that extra rooftop or the extra metal plate, so he can't properly stand as he would like to. Somehow gets that stun onto top here. Zeus is still in chase. So he's got 2 survivors that should be working on generators on the other side of the map here. He's got Zeus, but somehow he crouch attacks. Blast the door, just crouches, and Blight unfortunately swung a bit wide there. If it had been a crouch attack, then it would have also aimed into the pallet break. But instead he's just gonna swing a bit wide here. Nico with that live on the TL wall. I don't think that's why he's gonna get injured anytime soon. He's also gonna opt to go edge map here. And it's going to work out as well. He's gonna waste his 4th rush, and that 5th is not going to be enough.
You're absolutely right. We still don't see a down.
I know.
Zuzu is Zuzu's back to full health. Had a really great chase at the beginning. We heard one relatively high progress generator, no injury handed out here. Neko's still in chase. Any second there should pop 2 generators, hypothetically. So we do see whether we can finish this chase with Neko relatively quickly. But we do miss another rush. We have another pallet here to play with, but we hit it through the pallet, and there is our first down of the game. They are doubling the gen in Shack. Is the Blight continuing to run to Shack, or where is he located at the moment? We see him close to Shack, but the generator's already gone. 2 survivors over there, and we will continue the chase. No survivors in the basement. We do hand out another inventory, but we already met our tie condition for the set and 4 generators. The win condition is rough, Memphis. It's rough.
Yeah, you were saying they were hypothetically gonna pop 2 generators, and I don't mean it metaphorically or rhetorically or poetically or theoretically. They should be quite literally about to pop 2 generators, but we're still waiting on the second one for some reason. Susie now starting another, or having just started another one on 10 to 20% now. They're playing this ridiculously safe considering their win con. They only need to pop 2 gens, and they're currently sitting on 2 stages. I just love that bug as well that we get on the other display bug where you can't tell stages from survivor from the killer POV, and they're only sitting on 1 stage even. So yeah, Nico with that live as well. Oh, he does the one board that he shouldn't have done, and that's gonna be mad if he has to fight this right if it does get pushed to this one. Silver back on the boys, but it's not gonna suffice. Nico is also gonna take the combo. We see it, 2 survivors downing a generator in the far corner. I believe that was Samurai and Lux on that generator. After he's just that's not gonna be enough.
Yeah, he is able to deny this generator over there. I think this generator had relatively low progress. No, it's kind of fine. But I did expect some more generator pressure from our survivor team here. I don't think I've seen Samurai on a gen yet, from our point of view. And you're totally right, they're playing this really slow considering the win condition. They could have sent 2 survivors to 2 different gens and the game would be over already. But they decided to play it really slow, double up on the first generator. Nice mind game over there. There's another injury onto Zuzu. We have 1 survivor slug, 2 survivors injured, Samurai still unharmed. There has to be a generator popping any second now, otherwise I'm starting to question the effectiveness of Insomnia's survivor team.
You'll start questioning reality at this point. But they're just gonna reset as well. They're still not doing the gen. Why are they're holding on? You know, usually we talk about survivors or killers holding each other hostage in certain scenarios, but I feel like we're being held hostage here. The third, the cameraman as well has been held hostage, or the spectator of the cast at this time. So that's a first as well. But there's a first of anything. Yeah, Lux has been overcome and help him make tons of distance. He's still on the ground, and I don't know if anyone's even on a generator here. They're trying to go for the crowd trick to not the blight also aim into it. Yeah, okay, we do have 1 person on the generator. How far is that even? That's what really matters here. Is there actually gonna be a generator pop? How? What? No! What?
I'm completely speechless. If they're able to tie this, no, this is unbelievable. This cannot be. Your win condition cannot be. Yeah, it must be. Your win condition cannot be any easier. So it can be, of course. You could have only had to finish 1 gen, but this is. I'm kind of speechless.
No, I want to say if they tie this, I'm gonna upload like me singing the entire rap girl this time on the DBDLeague channel, but I don't think anyone really wants to see that, so I'm not gonna. Okay, we do have the deliverance yet, but they have no gen pressure! I mean, Nico was hiding in the corner, but he was hiding for like 20 to 30 seconds, so Rune's just taken 10-20% off their generator easily, and he's gonna get found here as well. But everybody's still standing once more. So yeah, okay, I don't think I'm gonna have to sing on that, rap I guess on that way then. Boom.
This
fight
is
really
really
he does get the injury, he does have 4 injuries, and everybody's just gonna up to space break the pallet. Oh yeah. For some reason he immediately forces grab as well. I'm guessing they're tripling the generator right now in the corner, but tripling the generator does absolutely nothing because that's well, I mean everybody's gonna be affected by. Okay, yeah, I think they're doing that.
Yeah.
Are they?
This has to be the yeah, okay. This is the set win for Insomnia right here. This was a really strange way of finishing the trial or the win condition.
You know,
I mean, they nearly lost it.
Yeah, Valentines should keep their heads held high because they just got 4 on 4, but their killer got a 4 on. He can get a 4 on 3 out of this. So I don't think it's all hope is lost here. It's actually ridiculous that it even got to this point, but it really shows that Valentines still have fighting spirit and they really don't want to lose this or just give up after these back-to-back ties. He tries to go for the last picks in there, but it's not gonna suffice this time. Samurai will be able to survive for now. And it's once again going to be Nico, the last man standing on a generator in the far corner. He does slightly pop his generator, but will be found. Oh, he's just gonna stand still and give up. Because there's no way he gets out of that scenario. He's stuck in the corner with a just now finished generator, so can't know exactly where Seiko, yeah, where Nico would be. Sorry, kind of similar for names there, only one letter apart. But you still do have that unbreakable exactly that we were talking about
next
earlier.
to the Blight.
Oh, and he gets the 0. Oh, hell nah. Oh, even? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. Okay, 1, 2, 50. He 1, 2, 50s at least. But yeah,
At least.
4K on 2 generators, deliverance already of the game, or never even achieved that, I think. I guess you'd be the one to have it. And wait a second. So, yeah, the deliverance no unbreakable, so there's no more second chances, and I don't think anybody would be running flip-flop in this. So yeah, no one's gonna be wiggling off. But we did see a wiggle off earlier, actually.
Yeah.
But still, yeah, this should be the nail in the coffin. We've got a 4K and 2 generators remaining. And that means what, dear Toby?
We are going to our second nurse set, our set 7. We have another tie that needs a replay, so we are moving on to the nurse. But honestly, this try right here could have given Valentines a little mental boost, because the last 3 to 4 tries they got murdered. So they threw the Spirit set really early on in this trial, as well as in their Billy set. So, and not Billy, their Blight set. And their Blight performance was actually not the worst, and maybe this is what CopJ needs to perform well on the nurse on the next trial. This might give them the mental edge they need to recover after countless sets we have played this evening.
Yeah, and just to recap on the scores that we've had so far, we had 1-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-1, 2-2.
Yeah, totally right.
Wait, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we've played out 6 sets now, so we're going into game number 13 in a best of 5. So, that is absolutely incredible.
It's
but yeah,
incredible, yeah.
We'll be right back with Nurse, and no matter who wins, there will be a decision. The only way we won't have one is if they tie again. And I wouldn't even put it past them, because Nurse is this season or this year our most tied killer. So it is very possible. And we'll find out what the first Nurse result will be after a quick break. So everybody, stay with us. We still got at least one more set to be played out. Back with Nurse. So we'll be back in a few moments, or I'll be back. I have to get that impersonation out. Yeah, see you after a quick break.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to our maybe last set of the day. We are back at set 7. This is our second replay of a tie, and we are seeing CopJ on the Nurse against the Survivor Squad of Insomnia, Samurai, Zuzu, Easy, and Neko. Will we have another tie? Hopefully not, because we've been here for quite some time now.
Not long enough, only 4 hours for one matchup.
We've been here for only 4 hours, but we've not found a good chase so far. CopJ is still trying to reach this Ada over there. No tag onto Zuzu just yet. He's doing a pretty good job. I think it's just a replay of the last try we had. Zuzu had a great chase early. Yeah. There is the first tag. Survivor was already spread out onto the generators. Let's see how far they can push our Nurse. The normal expected result in a Nurse set is a 4K1. Yes. This is what we basically see every time a Nurse set is being played. But let's see how the performance of our players is after countless sets of today's evening.
Yeah.
And if we can find... No, this is the third survivor we do injure. Maybe CopJ is going for the 4 slug and 5 generators.
Yeah, we finally have our first down. 2 people injured in the meantime, so they will be focused on resetting in this instance. And will not be able to commit to the generators at F4 now if they do prioritize getting healed or patched up again, which is exactly what we are currently seeing. So yeah, we've got a very promising hill hook, which is quite a nice scenario for our nurse to have, because it's basically the second best thing after making the hook against these times. You have to run all the way around. Our nurse can also just body block it quite easily and force out the second stage before the survivor actually manages to reach the Yannick position. So yeah, it's got a good spot. He's also got that first dying light stack eruption also that he will be able to apply on these generators, as that ruin was already cleansed right from the get-go. I believe that was ruin, right? I'm not completely mental. Maybe I might be going insane, guys. Hold on. Anyway, yeah, no ruin. I'm not completely gone yet. So yeah, as no one's growing near, and he's also made sure that no one's working on any of these generators nearby. Also has quite a nice setup here in this corner. We do finally get that approach by Easy. He's trying to sneak past, and he does manage to do so. He's finally able to get that on at the last second. It will be a trade enforced. Easy will most likely be slugged for now, and one of his teammates will have to be the one that runs in and gets the pickup. Also, just going to be one as well. As Kyob is going to try to... Oh, beautiful control blink here. That was very, very well played by Kyob. Blinked slightly into the ground to control the distance of his blink. Yes, and he's extremely unlucky again. I think that's the second time as well, no? I think so, yeah. Last time as well. Will he be able to commit? Oh, he tried to anticipate the life there, but Nia just immediately doubled back. That is super unfortunate. I think, is that? Might also be on, what's the third lucky break? Yeah. What?
Oh, you got out to the tree.
He's got a wooden head.
Oh, this is so unlucky. Oh no. I think CopJ is really losing his mind right now. He's so unlucky at this situation. All survivors are reset right now. We have seen one generator being completed. There is the hit onto Neko. Well deserved at this point. Yeah, second hook stage going to be complete. 2 generators. To be fair, I think the generator progress has not been the best from the survivor team, considering how long Neko was hanging on this hill and how long the second chase was. So this could definitely be better, but Neko is definitely being eliminated relatively soon if the survivors are not able to protect him well enough. Oh, the fake onto the unhook. Nurse coming back.
Was also hooked on one of the generators that they were working on, so I think at least 2 people had to leave their generators for that first hook, and that's why that took so long. But still, with Nurse, you need one guy dead and then you can slug it out. So as long as Nico dies before that next generator pops, you can still 4 on 2.
Absolutely. There's the unhook onto Nico, so the tunnel out will be in full effect. The least landing is being procced. We do not see Nico right now, but I guess CopJ is behind him. Are we chasing a check again, or did CopJ completely lost him? I'm not entirely sure. We do see Easy over there, but it seems like CopJ is not finding his tunnel out.
Yeah, now that Nico has slipped past completely someone, he's already made it to end map as well, so I don't think our nurse player is going to be able to find him anytime soon. He's most likely just going to camp it out while his healthy teammates commit to these generators. It's only 2 status, not any, therefore no one dead, and we've got 2 generators remaining. So if our survivors actually manage to pop one more then that would, in the grand scheme of things, already be enough for a win con, because so far we've only seen 4 kills on 2. And especially also Cop was, last time Cop was the second, or the person that had to play second, and managed to turn the game around with an incredible Mark III game sense later in the status. Yeah, this time we'll be able to play this out. It doesn't seem like we've got any of the funny hills or a generator stuck in a rock. So far we've got no divine intervention by RNGesus. Cop's still trying to find anyone. Yeah, he does finally find Easy what the survivor is. Oh, that was a very, audacious swing there. He still has not been able to find the person that he's really looking for, and now they're all healthy. 2 gens remaining, so I'm pretty sure they can basically play this as if they just had, as if they had just started the game, and can now play it with 4 people standing on these generators, but with only 2 gens remaining.
You're absolutely right. So he does fight Neko. So the tunnel out is again in full progress, but the distance he can make is quite good. He did use life there. Oh, there's a tag onto easy. He tried to block there for a second, I think. Nice double blink onto easy. So we are having 1 survivor slugged on the ground. Neko still injured and in danger of being eliminated relatively not early on, but there's the 4th generator, so the win con for Team Valentines is getting harder and harder. There's a nice blink onto Neko. Okay, we do see our first elimination of the game, but the survivors only have 1 generator remaining to repair. Wording is hard here. This is not looking too well for the Valentines, but maybe we can see at least a 4K at 1 generator.
We do finally have an elimination, so it is very possible for ARKR to get this 4K on 1. If it is a 4K on 0, then that would make it very comfortable for Easy to get a decent win condition after all. Yeah, we do find the person in question also running around edge map here, faked with that swim burst going behind the hill, running into a corner, and Kyob just fully committed onto that kill. So, gonna waste no time, gets his blink completely swallowed, and somehow Easy is unfortunately gonna run right into it, and Kyob gets a free tag. Still needs to find where our other survivors are looming around, however, because this is looking like as if our survivors could actually pop this last generator quite comfortably. And they are playing it safe as well.
Yeah, they are playing really, really safe here. We do see Samurai stealthing in the basement even. So they are playing really, really safe. Oh! There are no scratch marks on... But did he hear him going into a locker? Or he's leaving the basement again? Oh, this was quite close. If the Renato would have gotten into the locker 2 seconds later, I think the nurse would have seen him. We are repairing only 1 generator at the moment. Renato's still in the basement, either hiding next to the shack. Is Renato leaving any time soon? They're playing this really, really slow and methodically.
Yeah, and they're all healthy again, so even after Easy has just been injured. He's still back to full health as well, thanks to his trusty medkit that he was still carrying around. And this Gensplit is looking quite bad for COD as well. I'm pretty sure they can just set up 1 to 2 people on each of these corresponding generators on the opposite side. Yeah, we do.
Nice tag.
What? Whoa! That was a 300 ping head through sprint burst. That was unbelievable. He's not happy about that. That is probably going to be filled with rage now for his upcoming nurse set and completely clobber the living hell out of Team Valentines. That was... Wow, and there's 2 people healthy next to that generator that haven't been hooked yet. Next to the gate. Actually, no, they're going for the pickup on Easy. Samurai man, just play it safe, bro.
I'm not even sure whether they have to pick up. As far as I know, Easy did not use his Unbreakable yet. And he's the Unbreakable survivor, so they could just play for gates and escort Easy out.
I'm pretty sure he has in fact already used it, but just take the 2 out. Or maybe they're just waiting, they might just be sacrificing Susie so they can 2 out. Yeah, this is looking like that's what it's gonna be. I mean, does he only have those... That was a beautiful blink. Does he only have those 3 stages on Nico so far? He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Only
does.
3 stages. This is looking like a 6th stage.
Yeah. If they just 2 out. Why are they coming back in? Man.
They are greedy.
Yeah, these guys should really commit to the decisions they make at some point. They keep doubling back on their own decision making. But it keeps betraying them as well. It's like, they must have been able to...
Spotted.
I think it's just gonna be Easy run back to Zuzu, pick him up, and then they escape. They're just gonna play a ring around the room. Oh, beautiful fire. Almost. A good firecracker. Samurai unfortunately ran right back into the blink. And yeah, now that he's healthy, his trace is also going to be prolonged quite tremendously. So, wow, that blink looked very laggy. I think like half that one swallowed just then. They must be out by this point. They must be.
Absolutely. Ideally, Easy prepared the gate before picking up Zuzu, but I don't think that's the case. So the gate has not been worked on yet, so is the other gate. I don't know what they're playing for.
Who wants to be a millionaire? Well, they all in one. Easy should... Maybe they actually play for 3 out, and they're just trying to bamboozle the killer. Because I don't think he's in place of anyone, is he? Yeah, he isn't. They might actually 3 up. Nah. If they 3 stage, that would be incredible. Absolutely ludicrous.
Doesn't look like it. He's not around here anymore.
There's absolutely no way.
Yeah.
There's no way. A 3 out, 3 stage against us. That's the best survival result we have ever seen. Or at least this and last year. I don't think I've ever seen a 3 stage against a nurse. That's ridiculous. The worst I've ever seen was VAL get like 4 to 6, I think, against my team.
Oh, this is really, really hard.
Wow. I mean, after that game, Toby, gonna have to break it to you. I think Insomnia took it.
Yeah, it could be the case. So Valentines started off so strong in the first 2 sets, but with each set moving forward, the performance got worse and worse, sadly. As far as we see now we have a 3-stage nurse set, and they really need a miracle to turn this around.
I mean, they can all turn on cheats, maybe? Just insta-pop gens and then just fly out the gate?
I think this is not allowed.
Okay, guys, for the last game, we're gonna allow the survivors to go out of bounds, teleport into the exit gate, and leave. No. I don't even think that's possible on Macmillan, is it? Because so far I've only seen it on Borgo and on Adros. Yeah. Anyway. That's, has to be the second to last game. And we're starting to set up the last final of today as well, because as you might have seen in chat and in the announcement as well, we have rescheduled the matchup that was meant to be played after this. So instead of today, that will be played tomorrow, and the grand finals will be pushed to next week. To also give the 2 teams that managed to win some extra preparation time. Can't do it. Yeah, and I mean, I'm pretty sure we've already got our first finalist here established, but of course we still have 1 more game to play out, and therefore we'll see you all after a quick break as we are setting up the last game. Good morning, everybody. It's we've now been playing for so long that it's the next day already. We are potentially here for the final game, but I've probably already said that 5 times today. With now the second nurse, or the replay of the nurse set that both of these teams have also previously tied with a copy on 2 both instances, but this time, presumably, easier representing team Insomnia has a very easy time on the killer, because Team Valentines were only able to get 3 stages in the previous game. So all he needs, realistically, is 2 downs. And get one of those dead. So overall, he might just try to tunnel out someone, because we've also... Easy was the first nurse we've seen today as well, and had a phenomenal game. And then Job was able to somehow fork down 2 with a really nice macro control in the later stages. It seems like our survivors are still trying their hardest to at least get somewhere. They just immediately cleanse the totem, but then unfortunately Tutti Frutti ran immediately into Easy, and he's got clear line of sight onto our 12th player. And he does get the head on here too. He's gonna buy some extra time. But now Easy obviously knows exactly where our right player is, and he will be able to get a very first early hit. And knowing how he plays, I'm not expecting this to last very long.
It was ambitious. Oh
okay,
no! Maybe someone is hovering around here, because this looks kind of suspicious. So, I imagined Dwight would drop this pallet to stun the nurse and maybe gain some distance, but I think someone might be around here. But maybe it's just mental warfare. We will see in a second. Oh, there was someone around. It's not just mental warfare, they carefully planned it. And there's a misclick into the main building. Oh,
Yep.
I
think it's the quick fight with the Ripley perk on the locker. Did you use it? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And now it's gonna be Scrota's turn once more. He's gonna be injured right after. And he's gonna run past them, maybe get a head on, a second head on. I don't think that is gonna be it. Oh, that's risky. Is the example back? No, it will not be. That's maybe head on save. Okay.
Oh no. Yeah.
There we go. And that should be game over. I love how well they tried though. That was so creative. He went back to his locker, tried to get a head-on save because his exhaustion probably wasn't back yet to support him in chase, but it would have been back to get the save there. But obviously that the other replay perk is not not permanent. I think it only helps you for the first couple of seconds that you're inside of a locker, and then after that he was already able to hear his grunts of pain in the locker, so there's no way he could have set up for head-on safe. It was also probably a bit obvious because all of a sudden Blight disappeared there, and then Easy remembered, oh yeah, right, wasn't this guy just run here? And he does have that dying light again, but now he's got two people on a hook right next to each other, and realistically this should be... Well, it's gonna be 4 stages in 40 seconds, and that will be the win.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to pull both of them off the hook, basically. Well, yeah, they need to pull both of them off the hook, because you cannot allow to let someone on hook die. Because 4 stages would already be enough, considering the really hard win con for Valentines. The play they tried around the main building was quite well thought out. There's hook stage number 3. And if they do not pull Scroller in the next few seconds, this stream will come to an end after this trial. Are they able to put... Yeah, they actually rescue him. So, any hook from now on, any hook stage, will seal the deal on this trial, and we will see Insomnia in the final next weekend.
Oh no, it's still only 2 stages, come on now. He needs to get another.
Yeah, Edwards has not been hooked yet, so we are still only at 3 stages. The tie is possible.
That was a beautiful blink through that rock, and knew exactly where he wouldn't get body blocked by the Blight nor the rock. And he's finally now able to get that 4th stage. Now that is GG. Unbelievable. Valentine started off with 2-0. Then they tied twice on Blight and Nurse back to back. Then all of a sudden, what is it? Insomnia won on Spirit. Then they tied again on the Blight set, and now it is.
No, they didn't tie on Blight. They lost. They lost in second.
Insomnia won again, got the 2-2, and now they won on the Nurse set, making it 2-3. So Valentines, after having had a 2-0 lead after 7 sets, we've now made it to a 3-2 for Team Insomnia against all odds, and they will be our first finalists for next week. And our next finalists will be decided tomorrow, and it is, to remind everybody, it's gonna be Junoya or Bomb Bomb. And a quick rundown, we're gonna see again Nurse, Ghostface, Spirit, Unknown, and Blight. So we've got Unknown and Ghostface mixed in there, but once again, all the top 3 killers that we've also seen a tie on each set today. So that's quite, oh well, except for Spirit. So quite funny that we're gonna get a similar rinse of fate, but it's probably... I wouldn't expect it to go as fast as this.
Absolutely not.
Problem here.
Yeah. And it's so sad if we consider how this evening went. Valentine started off so strong in their first 2 sets in the Doctor set, and I can't even remember what the second set was, it's so long ago. But they started off so strong in their first 2 sets and tying 2 times in a row, losing the Spirit set dramatically over a really hard mistake in the early game, being too altruistic, not pressuring the gens, and from this trial onward it was just a downward spiral, sadly.
Yes, he even comes through, but he's already gonna kill, so I think Easy is just gonna be able to rinse and repeat his first Nurse game, and probably end this off with another strong 4K alert with 2 generators remaining, or 1 in the end, if Elsa still managed to somehow get another gen popping, and it does. I don't think so. It depends on where Easy is about to do it. If he predicts that Elsa is out on this very generator, then he will be able to interrupt it, and so he will. We've got 1 injured Edward the 6th there, and also, man, also the absolute legend that's played every single Survivor game all day, and next to Tutti Frutti today, and Scron I think as well. And then we've seen Kyob and Edward the 6th on and off again on the Survivor side, but Cobb also played every single killer game besides our Oni killer who starts with the chair. That's the only phony I remember I know is the chair. That was start. Well, that's 2 phonemes, that's the kit and the sound, yeah. Whatever, you get the idea. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. 2D played some killer games as well. Oh, we get the point in the check direction. Oh,
1v1.
Oh yeah, 1v1 at check. Let's go. The final 1v1 of the day will seal the deal for today's match between Valentines and Insomnia. Let's see how long Edward can take Easy on the run. But it will definitely be the last chase of the evening for us.
Edward can pick up Torso Man now.
Please no. There is the down.
Solid 5 blings, I believe.
Yeah. Wasn't the longest chase, but also not the shortest I've ever seen. So solid 1v1 at the end. We only need to pick up Torso Man, which we need to locate first, maybe. I don't know whether Easy knows. Oh yeah, he knows exactly where Torso Man is. Perfect. So we are spared of 5 minutes of searching Torso Man on the map. And this will conclude our last trial of the day. It was a really bumpy ride. We've played 7 sets in total. 2 ties, 2 replays were needed to secure a winner here. Of course we have self-unhook. This was the only thing that was missing. Edward just wanted to accelerate the sacrifice process, but he unhooked himself accidentally.
That's against rules, he's banned. Goodbye. Well, goodbye to him because he's out of the tournament. But yeah, that is absolutely wild. This must be heartbreaking for Valentines. This has gone on for an actual 5 hours now. They're very close to it. And Valentines started off with a 2-0 lead, and then they fumbled it essentially, and it went back to a 2-3.